Oh yeah.
Yeti, 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 yeti.
Picture unrelated.
Woohoo!
Plot twist, picture very related. Possibly. I don't know.
Unless.
Unless. Oh. Yeah. Hello, hello. Welcome back to Raiding City, Millions Recollections.
Yeah.
Millions. And millions. So many millions.
Millions of things happened last time.
Millions of them. How many millions? We went on a pretty wild side quest.
We sure did.
Like,
Congrats on talking to your dad, I think.
you want to hit the billion mark, the devs are after me. Right? It was such a pivotal side quest, it took up 2 whole pages of the album. Let's see. This is our save. Load the save selected, yes. Oh, sudden cut off. Check our cell phone. Cat. Cat.
Also, the protagonist Lyu Xuan was already resurrected at some point in the past. We just learned.
Yeah, that was just a casual reveal that got dropped on us at the very end there.
Yeah, she's very cool about it.
Yeah. So.
Beginning to think that she may not be normal.
But is it Ronnie Buki levels of normal? Remains to be seen. Ooh, is this what the moon blocks actually look like?
Oh, those aren't block-shaped at all.
Yeah, they kind of look like ears for some reason.
They look like a delicious fruit.
Oh. Plot twist, it's Dubai chocolate.
No.
It's got green mush in there. That's why they're so sought after. Curses. Oh. Mystery flyer? Personally, I find this a really cool abnormality.
Mm-hmm.
As it's, like, yeah, we picked it up. We had a whole bunch of stuff that we have seen, like, detailed in article form. We turned it into the store, and then, like, the twins each looked at it and saw scenes of their own, like, when they were holding it. Just...
Yeah, or at least I'm assuming it was theirs.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure they described it after we left, that they each picked it up and saw something different. Hi, Jasper.
She's so cute.
She is. We have adopted our daughter. Our daughter is mad at us for not naming our dog something cooler.
Like Valkyrie.
Yes.
Maybe if we named our dog Freya.
Yes. Here we are. We are so normal.
That's us.
The numbers give me strength. Let's see. There's a touch of the familiar, similar to when you stop listening to a song that has been part of your life for years, only to hear it again unexpectedly and be instantly transported back to the moments you first heard it. That's the feeling I get from the smell of wood in the pawn shop. It's strangely comforting. That's so normal.
The smell. Kind of like her reliance on the perfume.
Oh, yeah. Agencies seeking children with straightforward backgrounds approach the orphanage, so obviously this agency is very, very normal.
Straightforward backgrounds is an interesting phrase.
Yeah, very powerful phrasing. Here is Byway, who is closed because we fucked up his clinic. Sorry about that. Maybe
He also doesn't get paid enough for this.
This is true. Maybe if we won the coin toss and we got a second coin, we could have fixed up his clinic.
Ah.
That's okay. Here's little bro. He seems closer to West Flowing than Jasper. Jasper is still very
What was
energetic.
that? Can you go back to Cinnabar?
Yeah.
Seems to share a deeper kinship with the dark hidden creature than with Jasper.
Yeah. Remains wary of West Flowing. What have you seen?
Neat.
What have you seen, young man? Lingxi? Regular at the pawn
Yeah, we
shop?
hung out with her yesterday.
Yeah.
Or is it still the same day?
Debatable.
It was a very exciting day.
Yeah. It was all in one day. We went to the pawn shop, we did some crazy bloodmancy, which took us back to her. I was expecting that whole bloodmancy map thing to be like a side quest across the city, but no, it just took us right back to her penthouse. It's like shocking. Thank you. We spent money on this, and it just told
Into
us.
her house on this first date.
Yeah.
Also, her hand is a skeleton.
Yeah. And
It's okay, it's covered in jelly.
Yeah. And she can spawn funny little things that read our past? Uncertain of how that
Yeah,
works.
but her dad told her that it's a congenital defect. Cool.
Yeah, very mean of him. It also only works once on us. Hello, unknown.
Very interesting.
I don't really have much to say about them. Girl with glasses. Hair tips that curl lazily. Cute. Her voice is soft and probing. Her eyes pale but brimming with emotion. Oh. Very romantic description. It's just like Zero Escape
Don't
or
you
something.
think we should give everyone glasses?
Correct. Even her glasses are a little crooked. That's very real glasses. That's very real glasses stuff. I feel that. In the soul. So, we have the Chitin coins. Time for crab. Everything returns to crab. You use the Chitin coin to return to crab.
It is inevitable.
It is inevitable. The Floodleaf coin. Physical manifestation of the concept of value. Is it related to... Like, that's the same symbol that's up here. So are we just supercharged with Floodleaf coins? Is this the currency revealed?
Pretty sure it is.
We have Floodleaf coins, which is the concept of value. Isn't
So
limited to
how do
numbers.
you... Why does it have a numeral? How do you... What's the verb of that? How do you put a number to the concept of value?
We have so much value. Good question. Okay. So the Jasper side quest, we wait for...
Oh man, the Jasper side quest isn't just giving her various treats.
Oh. I mean, that's a bonus to progressing the Jasper side quest, feels like. So, both of these say head home. So I feel like we can head home.
Okay, get some rest, feed your dog.
Although she has eaten well today. Very terminal. What is this?
True.
Small temple. Pawn
And
shop.
try not to piss off the HOA.
Very true. Let's go home. Oh, Lingxi's here.
Oh.
Oh wow, we could just straight up advance all of the things. Talk to Lingxi. Lingxi tossed us her coat onto the rack the moment she got home, then dove straight onto the couch.
姐姐家沙发这么大，好爽啊！从一头滚到另一头都要好久。
Oh. When finished her sentence, Lingxi sat up, leaning against the backrest with her legs crossed, hands gripping her ankles, and flashed Lyu Xuan a bright smile. Ooh.
Keep your feet on the floor, young lady.
Wow, your outfit is quite unique. Was there something that inspired this style?
你的衣服。姐姐想试试这种风格吗？
Do it.
我不合适吧？你穿着倒是很可爱。
那就对了，这就是我穿成这样的唯一原因，因为好看。
Fair.
And I aspire for that confidence.
Same. Lyu Xuan blinked, unsure how to respond. She had in fact been wondering why Ling Shi's clothes were so unusual compared to most people's.
Is it?
She hadn't expected Ling Shi to read her thoughts so easily. Lyu Xuan's so normal she's never encountered this scene.
Well,
This is her first goth
never seen a
experience.
scene, kid.
This is her first scene experience.
有很多人问过，
Well, I don't go out,
哪
so
有跟我说过话的人加起来都没几个呢？我小时候出不了门，大多时间都在家里看电影、电视剧或者动画片之类的。这身打扮也是从里边学来的，所以我
Of course
知
she
道
watches
对于
anime.
普罗大众来说，这样穿有点特立独行了。
看久了之后，我倒是有点想象不出来你穿其他风格的样子了，这样最合适。
Ivaris, hey, dill pickle flavored Cheez-Its. Ooh, powerful. How are
For
they,
what
Ivaris?
purpose?
How are they, Ivaris? I must
Do
know.
they still have some amount of cheese flavor?
Ling Shi smiled and linked her arm through Lyu Xuan's. That's a good question.
姐姐嘴真甜，不过你也是，一身黑色严严实实的，这种禁欲的感觉最适合你。
Oh no. Oh no.
She's blushing.
They're fine. It's. I can feel the sigh of exasperation in that ellipsis of ours. They're fine. White cheddar cheese it tossed in dill herbs. See, when you put it like that, that actually sounds quite good. Your arm doesn't seem completely transparent. Why is that?
我之前注意到你的手臂有的地方是纯透明的，有的地方又比较密实，是你刻意控制的。
姐姐看得这么仔细，我都有点不好意思了。实际上，我需要刻意去控制它们的形状，才能像这样包裹在骨头上。
Wait, that's the thing she consciously controls?
Oh God.
我小时候还不太会控制，是用2个大袋子装着这些胶质，然后把我的手臂放在里边。
Oh.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
所以
The bones are still her, though, right? Not anomalous substances?
Right. Couldn't use my hands at all and had to rely on that. Just,
Do her bones hurting?
也经常一松懈就撒得到处都是，然后骨头裸露出来，疼得我要晕过
Oh
去。
They do
God.
hurty. Oh god. He said it lightly, but Lyu Xuan's brow furrowed as she listened. A lack of pickle flavor. It says pickle should have the slightest sting of powdered vinegar. Ah. Very fair.
Oh.
Very fair.
练了好久，现在基本能下意识控制好它们，不需要集中太多注意力。
It is all dill but no pickle. That's unfortunate.
你看到有的地方比较厚实，也是我根据经验和正常人肌肉的运动模式，把那些经常发力的部位弄得厚一些。
Giving herself muscles. Good for her. Lyu Xuan nodded. She had only asked out of curiosity, but the answer left her uneasy. Same.
I'm also uneasy.
Yeah. Reaching out, she hesitated a moment before resting her hand over Ling Shi's transparent one.
这么多年来，辛苦你了。
This line also directed at you, Varus. Been through so much for so many years. Beat Monster Hunter Wilds, bringing an end to the 2-year-long journey. Congrats.
Yay.
Ling Shi tilted her head and smiled, her cheek resting against her shoulder. What's life like in the Golden Apex
你
Tower?
平时在大厦里的
You
生活
ever
是
watch
怎么样的
Rapunzel before?
吃饭读书都在楼里吧？
是啊，吃饭不用说，老师也都是叫来大厦里的。每天就是起床之后刷牙洗脸，然后吃之前买好的面包，接着就去同一个楼层的其他房间等老师过来。基本就是按照正常学校里的课程来教，不过我比较喜欢文科，所以应该是文科班那种感觉。之前上课的时候，那个司机就得坐在角落盯着。后来我对手上的东西控制熟练，也肯定不会跟别人乱说，之后他就没来了。
Not even a study buddy?
原来如此。
It sounds lonely.
不过
Yeah.
我还以为你肯定是叫厨房来给你做吃的，然后送过来。金井大厦有很大一部分是酒店吧？
有时候想吃了，提前1天跟他们说就行。早餐我比较随便啦，午餐和晚餐肯定是由他们准备，想吃什么都能点。懒得想了，就让他们自由发挥。
那想必你从不吃外卖喽？
有吃啊，一些品牌店的味道比较稳嘛，叫了之后就让司机拿到我房门口。
Oh.
啊，真是个大小姐。
我可不就是嘛。
Oh. So, what do you think about all this?
你对我们现在的状况有什么看法？
我觉得姐姐有能力，也真心想帮我打破现状，所以我很信任你。但是我的问题有个很明确的解决方向，你的情况就要复杂多了吧？
不用担心我，等你的事情解决之后，用你的手帮我查点东西，应该就有方向了。
Alright. Anything you want to ask me?
林夕
I'm
有什么想
single
问我的吗？
有，姐姐到底是做什么的？
你会这么问，就能猜到我不能回答吧？
大概说一下嘛，比如是在国内还是国外工作，是那种执行任务的，还是负责幕后计划的？
这些都不能说。
Aw.
Oh. I think she frowned, rocking back and forth like a little tumbler toy. Oh. Did you get that idea of our line of work from an anime, Lingxi?
怎么什么都不能说了？
Oh, pouty. Seeing her sulk, Lyu Xuan hesitated, wanting to say something that wouldn't reveal too much but might still satisfy her.
当然不能说了，现实里可不能像007电影里那样招摇过市啊。
Oh. Lingxi instantly straightened up, grinning ear to ear.
啊，原来如此，我知道了。姐姐的工作跟我想的一样帅嘛？
Oh.
很合适，很合适。
真不知道你想象出的是什么画面。
Let's take a break for a moment. Nap time.
Oh, so you can just hang out with girls at your house.
Sweet. Oh, I can just straight up... What does this mean? Oh. Do we want to advance either of these?
What happens if we just take a break?
I think that just returns us to the map? Yeah. So Underground Faith is Jasper's. Do we want to just advance the main... Well, we can save... Advance the main story and see if we can come back to it.
Gotta pace ourselves.
Yeah. Menu? Alright. So, main story is the ferry terminal. Which means we might get to meet... character
Don't you
in,
believe in fairies?
Absolutely. We're going to Piano Island! Hello, twin! A mere stone's throw from Egret City. At just 600 meters, sprawls over 2 square kilometers. This tiny isle boasts a rich tapestry of architectural styles dotted with historic buildings and consulates from numerous nations. Once a tranquil haven for Egret City residents, Piano Island has since transformed into a legendary tourist hotspot, hailed as the jewel in the crown of the tourism sector. At its height, the island teemed with up to 100,000 visitors daily, leading to each stream overcrowding that made it nearly impossible to traverse. That sounds horrible. Rumors started to weave through the streets of Egret City, speculating whether Piano Island might eventually be sunk by the sheer mass of its visitors. The visible strain of such intense tourism prompted urgent action. The city imposed strict regulations to mitigate the influx. For example, tourists who don't have local registration must leave from a dock that's farther from Piano Island. Also, permits for private speedboats and small speedboats to pick up passengers have been cancelled, except at official docks. Encountering an Egret City residency arranged by her agency, Lyu Xuan stood at the ferry's railing, her eyes tracking a speedboat as it sliced through the waters of the Heron River, facing toward the enigmatic shores of Piano Island. Egret, a heron?
我记得现在已经不能用快艇载客了，是公务人员吗？
Lyu Xuan quickly shook off this minor query, her mind racing with more pressing concerns, like the possibility of another assault by creatures resembling gnarled deadwood. Due to the security measures required for boarding the ferry, which included ID verification for ticket purchases, she was unable to bring her gun or her loyal companion, Paleon, leaving her effectively defenseless. Oh.
如果能做快
They
艇，
needed an ID for our
这些人
dog
是多少
just because it's shaped like a person? I believe they ID'd our human pet.
Yeah, mean.
Cybersmith would never stand for this.
Right. As she weighed her options, a sudden swell of waves battered the ferry, causing it to sway violently from side to side. Accompanying the turbulent waters, a fierce wind whipped around her, and Lyu Xuan looked up just in time to see dark clouds completely swallowing the sun.
要抓紧时间了。
Time's running out. I forgot that I was reading out her internal narration.
Oh. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow.
Oh, new areas.
Lots
Glasses
of
girl.
things. Glasses girl, I see you. You're here. As twilight cast long shadows over the remains of the former trade post site. Wait? Huang Yijun? Did I say that right?
Huang Yijun.
Huang Yijun lingered beside the crumbling wall that bordered its grounds. She had always been deeply committed to the underground activities that were a family legacy and her personal passion. Today, though, her mind was elsewhere, haunted by a mysterious woman she had encountered at the temple. Oh! Oh, do you want her narration?
All right. I was told that the first stranger to catch my eye would be the right one, but could she really be it?
Oh, she is
What, am I not your type?
Resting against the ancient stones, Huang Yijun was haunted by the thoughts of Lyu Xuan. A feeling of smallness washed over her as she recalled their brief encounter. Oh, she's thinking of us then. A feeling she reluctantly accepted.
The next time I see her... Ah!
There she was, Lyu Xuan, suddenly appearing in the crowd, heading towards the old hydrology bureau. Quickly, Huang Yijun ducked back, hiding in the shadows.
Is this destiny? It's not yet time for our paths to cross. It is the opposite of destiny.
Huang Yijun cautiously peeked out, her tousled bangs fluttering slightly, subtly shielding her gaze as she watched Lyu Xuan from afar. Secret admirer.
Oh,
Where are you? Okay. We're going...
she's shy.
Oh. Ruins of trading company. Before the trade... Octopus statue. Kinda want to see the octopus statue, but we also...
Me too.
We're going to see the octopus statue. I totally nearly read that as Underwear World. I want to see the octopus statue at Underwear World. How does an
How would an octopus wear underwear, you think?
How many pairs of would it need? Beneath brooding clouds, the entrance to the underwater world aquarium took on an eerie aspect, watched over by a colossal octopus statue. The no entry signs indicating ongoing renovations hung prominently. Yet Lyu Xuan felt no urge to enter the aquarium itself. She was merely captivated by the giant octopus sculpture for a moment longer.
Oh, I've seen what I came for. It's time to focus on the task at hand. She also just came here to look at the statue.
Fair.
It was a very impressive octopus statue.
Very much so. Oh, okay. Stay on Piano Island. Something going on today. It's absolutely quiet everywhere. You're the only person I follow who's live. I've seen a crowd outside in at least an hour. What's got? Oh, right, women! Hi, Ed! They know that the storm is coming.
I also almost forgot it's woman. In fact, I forgot to announce woman. I'm sorry.
The dark clouds overhead seemed to press down on the distant buildings of Egret City, which appeared to struggle under the weight, sending relentless waves crashing forward. Ed, I think we're going to meet... I think we're going to meet a certain woman who I'm personally very excited to meet.
Oh, yeah.
The chilling sea breeze forced Lyu Xuan to tuck her hands into her pockets as she briskly moved toward the entrance to the Hydrological Bureau. Lyu Xuan had visited Piano Island numerous times before, often noticing a particular water-bound building during her island circuits. It always seemed shrouded in gray, its old curtains drawn in the front front door secured with a rusty lock.
我记得环岛路那有个海洋监测站，这里的老古董估计早就没
Remember
人
there's
了。
an ocean monitoring station along the Island Loop Road. This relic probably hasn't been used in ages.
Today, however, the scene was lively. At the entrance to the bridge leading to the building, several workers in uniforms energetically moved stacks of cardboard boxes into the hydrological bureau. A woman in a white lab coat, tablet in hand, seemed to be checking the contents of the boxes. As she turned to speak to a worker, Lyu Xuan caught a glimpse of her face, worn yet spirited. Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
After finishing her instructions, Lyu Xuan walked up to engage her in
你
conversation.
好，请问你是抹香鲸研究小组的人吗？
是啊，你哪位？
Hot
There
woman!
she is. There she is.
God, she's so pretty.
Oh, real. So real. The researcher's eyebrows lifted slightly, her face breaking into a smile.
你不是记者吧？脖子的肌肉硬得跟猎豹似的。
Oh.
She looks so tired.
Lyu Xuan unconsciously touched her neck, thinking to herself that despite the researcher's tired appearance, she spoke with undeniable
我
energy.
不是记者，我手上有袋动物血液需要检查。鹿城大学的白维教授说你们这里设备齐全，推荐我来看看。
鹿城大学的呀。嗯，
She crossed her arms, her smile briefly disappearing before nodding, smiling again.
那行吧，一会儿我帮你看看，现在还忙着呢。
这么简单？
I could tie you up if you want.
You could tie me up if you want. We could tie each other up. That would be a real adventure.
And so they were both.
Lyu Xuan realized that she might not need the letter of recommendation she had in her bag. Handwritten recommendations were a rarity these days, and she had been eager to use
你们
it.
的实验室建在水文局里吗？这里看上去已经荒废很久了。
This is how it's supposed to work in Phoenix Wright games.
是啊，不然怎么会落到我们手上呢？
I've done
不过
nothing wrong in
别
my
闹这么
life.
老水下还有个实验室，所以我
Never.
就让你们鹿城大学帮忙联系，租来了水文局。
听起来你们经费很充足啊！既然打算在这里研究鲸鱼，那水下的实验室也很大。
也不是研究鲸鱼就要很大的地方，但就经费的话，这不是有鹿城大学的支持吗？不然我们这天坑专业可申请不到这么多钱。
原来
That's handy.
我们也别站在这聊了，进去说吧。我看也搬的差不多了。不过我想抽支烟再进去，介意吗？
Oh. We need to rearrange.
Oh god, I forgot that since this game is voiced, which means we're not voicing them, they do need to see the text.
How can we... Let's see. Whoa.
Does this help?
We're peeking. Oh.
She smokes.
Lyu Xuan shook her head, and the researcher pulled out a cigarette and lighted it from her pocket, lighting it as she walked toward the bridge's railing to lean against it. Let's see. Hang on, we can arrange this.
You can turn me upside down if you want.
Oh, alternative.
You can have me poking out from the sides.
Yoink.
I can be invisible. We don't need to be VTubers.
Hang on. We're hiding.
Okay, Don, I have an idea.
Yes.
What if you slide me over to where you are,
Okay.
and then you stand on top of me?
Whoop. Hang on. There we go. How's that?
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, text box all visible.
Excellent. We are stacked. Lyu Xuan shook her head, and the researcher pulled out a cigarette and lighted it from her pocket, lighting it as she walked toward the bridge's railing to lean against it. Oh, I care her so much. The cigarette was slim and long, much like her slender fingers and gaunt cheeks. She is so tired.
I would put her fingers in my mouth.
Real. She then looked up, blowing smoke in the cloud-laden sky. Slender, long cigarette. God, I wish that was me.
看起来要下雨了。
是啊，希望不要影响回岛内的船。
只要你这句话说出口，那恐怕是在劫难逃了。
It's a tactical strategy of ours. We are more powerful this way.
True. Stool form F.
Yes! The researcher smiled, her lips parting slightly as streams of smoke flowed out. She held the cigarette between her fingers, taking a deep drag before exhaling slowly, then extended her right hand toward Lyu Xuan.
我叫陆文书，今年正值博士毕业。
Lyu Xuan. No wonder she's so tired.
Hmm.
Ooh.
But she's not one of our romantic interests?
Oh, I hope so. The achievement text for this just said, Lu Wenshu sure lives up to her name.
I gotta look up what characters her name's written with then.
I'd be very curious. Lyu Xuan hesitated as she saw Lu Wenshu's hand. The fingers were spread wide, more as if expecting something than offering a handshake. I sent the letter. Leaving it hanging didn't seem right, so she reached out her hand.
我叫吕璇，是个程序员。
Programmer?
你想笑死我啊！说程序员绝对是在骗人。
Lu Wenshu's fingers interlaced forcefully with Lyu Xuan's, their hands momentarily locked together. I'm trying to think, was that Arnold Schwarzenegger bro handshake from Predator? That's the sort of handshake I'm thinking of here. Hands locked together.
I was just thinking Pete Yuri.
This is very much. This too is Yuri.
我喜欢这
Is
样
Arnold Schwarzenegger
尤
Yuri?
其是和你这样长得好看又有意思的人。
Oh. Oh.
Whoa!
Please.
Chat, we're
Please.
so in.
Please. Please, 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 please.
Please, 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 please.
Lu Wenshu tapped on the back of Lyu Xuan's hand with her fingers before finally letting go, her touch hinting that she sensed Lyu Xuan was hiding much more than she let on.
好了，进去吧。
After extinguishing her cigarette and tossing it into a nearby trash bin, Lu Wenshu led Lyu Xuan into the hydrological bureau. Unsafe practices, young lady. As Lyu Xuan stepped into the underwater laboratory, she was immediately struck by the chilling atmosphere, causing her to involuntarily shrug her shoulders.
哦，忘记说了，这里还挺冷的。
Lu Wenshu navigated through stacks of cardboard boxes scattered across the floor, pushing aside a few file bags from a sofa to make space.
走，拿这个毯子在
Her
这坐一会
files
儿吧
are so precarious. Look at that binder.
Oh my god, yeah.
设备，
That
冷
is
气从那边传过来了。
one wrong file placed, and the whole thing's just gonna come careening down.
Especially her computer screen.
Oh
毕
gosh,
竟
yeah.
岛上也没有真正的冷冻室，再回岛内做也麻烦。
你们要冷冻什么？抹香鲸的身体和骨架应该已经做成标本放在海底世界了吧？
Wenshu's voice sounds familiar? Ooh.
哦，我们把内脏取出来，主要研究这个。这头鲸有些奇怪的
Very
行为，
curious.
所以我们觉得从内脏入手应该能找到线索。
Oh, that's right. This is the unusual whale that washed up. That the old team was tracking. The whale washed up and fucking died. And the old
And
team,
probably not related to our giant sea creature.
right?
But still a really weird whale.
Really weird whale because the old team just found the dead whale and they just went, "Fuck this, we're out."
Okay, I found the characters that Wenshu is written with.
Oh yeah.
So Wen is written like basically it's like it can refer to literature or to culture, and The second character, Shu, is beautiful woman.
Oh, we're so in.
We're so in.
Cultured, beautiful woman. Lyu Xuan knows.
I see you two are a woman of culture.
Yeah.
Oh, and Lu is written like road.
Ah.
We're on the road to this beautiful woman.
Oh, yeah. The Wenchu settled into a swivel chair and kicked off the ground to glide across to where Lyu Xuan was sitting. Oh, I love that.
听你说是鹿城大学的教授介绍来的，我还以为知道我们这是干嘛的呢。
Lyu Xuan glanced around the lab, noting the array of shiny, meticulously maintained lab equipment. She spoke up.
Her desk is the only one that's like that.
之外，你们还有什么瞒着我的？
What are
你
you
说话
keeping from
可真像
me?
大学那边派来查我们经费有没有乱花的间谍啊！
Okay, now you're in bed with the laptop. Welcome back.
不过你可能也看出来，我们还没怎么开工呢。1个月前就订好的设备，这才陆陆续续送到。那些纸盒子就是了。
We are so in, Ed. We are so in.
那还能帮我解决血液吗？
当然可以啊，顺便拿你的东西来给仪器们热热身啊。
你可别搞砸了。
Just don't mess it up. She doesn't like getting blood drawn.
She starts growling. You would not like where her mouth is.
Real. Just as Lyu Xuan was about to pull off the blood bag containing Paleon's blood, she suddenly heard another set of footsteps echoing through the underground lab and quickly withdrew her hand. Lu Wenshu turned her head toward the source of the noise and then quickly stood up, her posture rigid and all traces of her smile gone.
任教授好，
Oh? Professor Ren?
Professor Ren.
The silver-haired Professor Ren, sporting a hairstyle rather trendy for his age, nodded at Lu Wenshu before turning his gaze to Lyu Xuan.
这位是
Rather trendy for his age?
I guess it would look trendy on someone younger than him, yeah.
That's true. Look, there's monsters in this game, right? Yes, there sure is.
There's so many.
Case number 1, our dog.
你好，我是吕璇。鹿城大学的白教授给我介绍了文书，我有些事要找他。
Our dog, we gave a name so it sounds like they're the sibling of our doctor guy.
Wenshu gave a slight nod, surprised how smoothly Lyu Xuan could spin a tail.
鹿城大学来的，那好办。文书啊，他的事情处理完就尽快把设备都架好，已经浪费不少时间了。
好，我知道了。
Yeah, after stream, I'll look and see if I can find the voice acting credits of ours. I'm curious now as well. Professor Ren nodded and walked deeper into the lab, disappearing behind a partition with a loud slam of the door. Wenshu exhaled softly and settled back into her chair. Yes, Freya in Bean mode. I have equipped Bean Freya for +2/+2.
要这么紧张？
很正
I'm
常
still
啊，
for
就跟
him.
在办公室里见到老板一样。虽然说是博士和导师，但等于是员工和老板的关系。我能不能吃上饭，可都看任教授的脸色。
Understandable. This also explains why she's so tired. Lyu Xuan pulled out Paleon's blood sample from her bag, and Wenshu immediately moved to sit next to her.
我刚才的态度你也懂，我不想让别人知道这瓶血液的事。
放心吧，这也不是我第一次接死活了。
That is also fair. Wenshu took the blood bag, gently swaying it to observe the flow of the blood, and immediately made a remark.
嚯，没见过这么浓的血，都跟奶昔差不
They
多。
have voice actor credits on the Steam page, but again, I cannot read.
Ah. She looks so
应该
so excited all of a
还没
sudden.
失效的问题吧？
他有这么夸张？最多跟花生油差不多吧，但的确是比较浓稠的血液，以及抗凝剂还远没有失效。
你懂得挺多嘛，而且比我还严谨。干脆你来当博士。
随便说说。你估计要多久出结果？
别急，你先告诉我这些血是从哪儿来的，有什么能告诉我的就说，省得我去查一些你已经知道的东西。
我什么都不知道，你只要把查到的一切都告诉我就行了。
Yeah, we just kind of met Paleon in a building and haven't questioned it very much.
Yeah, she just kind of showed up.
And she likes us.
Yeah, she showed up, she ate the monster chasing us, and then we gave her pets and she came home with us. Wenchu's lips curled into a smirk, her eyes catching Lyu Xuan's reflection through the clear part of the blood bag, bending her pupils into crescent moons as if she was also smiling.
那我就不多问了，但有件事你要说实话。真的是鹿城大学的教授介绍你过来的吗？
Oh? Lyu Xuan hadn't expected Wenchu to focus on that detail, so she pulled out the referral letter and handed it to her.
虽然只是名誉教授。
Huh.
哦，没事，名誉教授更惹不起。那既然真是大学介绍来的，就不给你收钱了。
Won't charge me.
检查血液要多久？
Wenchu sprang from her chair and placed the blood bag into a plastic container on a shelf.
按照以往的经验，差不多要2-3个小时吧。
Oh, sick.
这个时间的话，要回岛内很麻烦，但留在这里有无事可做。
I guess we gotta stay here, right next to her.
Yeah.
吕璇，我给你找点事儿干吧。
Wenchu, sensing Lyu Xuan's minor dilemma, pulled open a desk drawer and produced 2 tickets printed with images of the deep blue sea and a sperm whale.
海底世界搞到这个全国最大的抹香鲸标本之后，就打算以标本为中心改建整个水族馆。现在弄得差不多了。
Oh.
为了实际
Are we going to the aquarium?
给我们这些有关系的人都发了票，
Oh.
可以提前进去参观。
Wenchu held the tickets between her fingers and handed them to Lyu Xuan.
我反正没空，也不想跟任教授去，想想都头皮发麻。
Wait, are we going on a
我
date?
还想问问，对生物学家来说，看
Heck
水族馆是什么
and
感觉？
Lyu Xuan took the tickets, her mind tangling over whom she might invite with the extra ticket.
跟你们差不多了。
Come
on 什么感觉？
Might as well ask what a chef
你还
feels
怎么
like,
说
huh?
把手机号码告诉我，如果提前出结果，就给我打电话。
行，放心吧。哇，折叠手机，看不出来你还挺时髦的。
Lyu Xuan gave Lu Wenchu a playful eye roll, saved the number, and then quickly tucked her phone away.
好了，我没什么想问的了。
Mission
你呢？
success. Tell me more about your research.
刚才你说这只抹香鲸有奇怪的行为，是指什么？
怎么？你对研究感兴趣吗？
不瞒你说，
I'm interested in
我
something.
小时候的梦想是成为生物学家。
God, there's a...
Is this the first thing we've actually learned about her as a person?
Besides her being a PhD, yeah.
No, I mean about Lyu Xuan.
Oh, yes. That is a very interesting tidbit. Lu Wenchu laughed heartily, then crossed her arms in front of her.
好，那我就给你这个小生物学家仔细说说。讲的通俗一点，就是我们发现这只抹香鲸会冬眠，而且冬眠状态下，它甚至不用浮出水面换气。
This is true. Yeah, she could just be saying that to get a answer out of curiosity. That is very true.
你应该知道，鲸豚类大多是左右脑轮流睡觉。
Hang on, Wenshu. I am fact checking you right now.
Oh.
Sperm whales are among the least sleep dependent mammals on Earth, spending only 7% of their lives asleep.
Wow.
Unless, is this another abnormal thing about their universe?
所以它搁浅死亡之后，我们第一时间要
Wait,
求
wait.
把内脏取出来，然后
Did
冷
we just
冻，
skip ahead?
因为我们打算从内脏入
Yeah.
手。
Oh
哎
wow,
说
we
到
really
底是什
skipped
么情
ahead.
况
entire brain is in a state of sleep. This way. Oh.
Oh. So it's particular to this weird whale.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is freaky.
Fucked up whale constantly asleep. This whale
They're
dreams.
just so EP.
So EP. It's Hollow verse. It's clearly some kind of abnormality whale.
原来如此，听起来是够天方夜谭的。
Yet Lyu Xuan could see that the lab was fully operational and well equipped, clearly dedicated to some serious research. Unless these two are just here to siphon off funding.
算了，跟我也没什么关系。
Is it just the two of you?
看起来小组里只有你和教授。
Would you like a third?
是啊，毕竟不是什么热门项目，靠时间磨吧。不过等正式开始运转之后，大学那边也会塞几个学生物的倒霉蛋来实习吧。对于我们来说，能多点帮手，大学也顺便解决掉滞留的学生。
Okay, and I found the voice actors in case there's any names anyone recognizes.
你们使用，
Oh yeah.
也有为自己学生考虑的思路吧。
Okay, so Lyu Xuan is voiced by Chen Ruijie. Hang on, I'm trying to remember how to... I got this Romanized, but still, Romanized Chinese is a different beast from Romanized other Asian languages.
True.
Su Ling Shi is voiced by Chen Yan Yi. The Glasses Girl is voiced by Guo Qi. Jasper and Cinnabar. Jasper is voiced by Mihu, and Cinnabar by Chen Ruijie. And Lu Wenshu is voiced by... Google Translate is calling her pure Xylos,
Oh.
but the name itself is Mu Tang Tun. I think it's Tun. Tang should mean sugar, so I think that Mu Tang probably means Xylos. Which, that is unfortunate for her.
Yeah.
我还没想到这么多呢，可算开始了解你是什么性格了，绿雪。
我倒是一点也不了解你。
So let's go to the aquarium together.
Let's get to know each other.
Yes.
当你
Give
们
us
的
a
研究正式
tour.
开始之后，我能来参观吗？
那可不行，这次研究要出文章的，我可不想在发表之前就让外人看到。之后从鹿城大学那里来的实习生也不会参与我们最核心的内容。
我也不是你们圈子的人，不会影响你的文章吧？
那就更没必要看了嘛，没什么可好奇的。而且你也不是来干这个的吧？
Lyu Xuan nodded, and Lu Wenshu mimicked her nod, a satisfied smile spreading across her face. I don't have any
不
questions.
占用你的时间了。
No more questions.
No more
去
questions.
吧去吧，可别忘了跟抹香鲸合个影。
Do it, Lyu Xuan. Lyu Xuan left the underwater lab and entered the main hall, the hydrological bureau. The sunlight reflecting off the windows told her that the clouds were dispersing and the sky was much brighter than before.
2张票啊！林夕现在也忙着自己的事，不好去打扰他。就邀请玄龟或者丹霍来吧，小孩子应该会喜欢这个。
What if you give both of the tickets
他
to
们
the
俩肯定
kid?
要留言
Yes.
别忘了下次再邀请另一个来。
What? That's our choice? Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
don't make me choose.
All right. Jasper or Cinnabar?
I guess we've already been doing a lot of things with Jasper.
Right. Do we try and bond with her brother? What do we
They
think?
don't know what Cinnabar is interested in at all.
Right. We know he likes to read. And that's about it.
Yeah. Aquarium's probably full of knowledge, right?
Right. It's been revamped recently. Cinnabar,
Okay.
get over here,
先
brother.
找单货吧。他虽然嘴上很凶，但其实也挺孩子气的，应该会感兴趣。
Aw.
Lyu Xuan then called Cinnabar's number.
单货，你现在有空吗？
你先说什么事儿？
没什么，只是我这里有张海底世界的票，他们新弄了个抹香鲸的标本，你知道吧？
为什么会觉得我对抹香鲸标本有兴趣？
I'm sorry.
因为挺大，挺少见的。你不想去吗？
想，
Yeah. Okay. I am, Baka.
想去哪里不直接说？我已经在青玉了，这就去码头等你。
好，我跟姐姐交代一下。
After saying that, Cinnabar ended the call, and Lyu Xuan let out a sigh of relief. Although conversing with him could be somewhat challenging, she generally enjoyed their interactions.
跟养不熟的黑猫似的。
Oh,
Aw. Cat-coded.
is the journalist here? Oh? Meanwhile, Lyu Xuan sat on a stone railing, lighting a cigarette as she awaited the arrival of a speedboat carrying the experimental supplies that had been delayed for over a month. The ominous rumble of dark clouds overhead made her anxious about how the impending typhoon might disrupt their plans.
Oh, a whole typhoon.
Hello there.
Huh? Who are you?
I noticed you pacing around in a lab coat, and my curiosity got the better of me. What kind of work do you do?
Your social skills are quite bold, aren't they? Getting this close just because something caught your eye? Just because I'm a cultured beauty?
So true, though.
True.
I think if this is the same journalist who's been stalking us in the past, I think the journalist is female. But not at all. Just felt like we might have something in common to talk about. You're in science, right? What are you researching?
If you're a reporter, you'd best be on your way. I have nothing to say. No comment.
All right, then. May I take your picture? You look quite striking with the cigarette.
I know.
Yeah, she agrees. She knows.
That's fair to say.
Lyu Xuan responded with a smile, snuffing out her cigarette without any intention of lighting another.
Nevertheless, I'll have to decline.
Based. Female reporter didn't press the issue. Okay, I was right. She shrugged and quickly moved
Okay.
away, just as the sound of a speedboat's engine approached closer to the shore near the hydrology bureau.
Hydrology would usually mean they're researching the water itself, right?
I feel like that's a...
Weird.
That sounds right. In my head.
Mhm.
Yes.
What is going on?
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing here?
Whale live in water, so... Fair. Alright, let's go pick up little bro. Lyu Xuan leaned on the railing, watching a passenger ferry slowly make its way to the dock. She had considered crossing over to meet Cinnabar since he appeared quite young from afar. However, Cinnabar assured her that traveling alone was routine for her, and not to worry. Soon the buzz of the dock and the clatter of the automatic gates signaled the arrival of newcomers. Leading the pack were several young artists, their easels and drawing boards in tow, sparking memories for Lyu Xuan. To recall the students she'd
Gendered
seen...
pronouns are very difficult for translators.
Yeah. To recall the students she'd seen during each visit to Piano Island, diligently capturing the scenery with their paints and brushes.
比起以前人挤人的时候，现在应该更适合写生吧。
As a group of young people exited the dock, Cinnabar was next to come out. He looked around attentively as he walked, dressed neatly, giving off the impression that he was headed to a formal event rather than a leisure outing. He's an old soul in a young boy's body.
Oh.
单货，在这儿。
Hearing Lyu Xuan's call, Cinnabar turned his head, his eyebrows briefly raising in surprise before settling back into his usual composed expression. He walked towards Lyu Xuan at a steady
你
pace.
怎么还有空去海底世界了？应该有更重要的事情要做吧。说来话长，我们先进去再慢慢聊。留玄龟一个人看店，没事吧？没关系，对我们来说，看店不算无聊的事。
Fair.
正式营业
We
之后
gotta introduce him to
让刘希休息
Ryuto.
一天
Yes.
我带你们俩一起来，
Give her a day off.
到时候再说。不过他应该会很感兴趣。
Lyu Xuan nodded and reached out to take Cinnabar's hand, but he quickly pulled away. No.
我说了，我不是小孩子，不用牵着我，不会走丢的。
Oh.
Cinnabar's insistence made Lyu Xuan hold back a laugh. She simply nodded and followed this young yet mature individual.
He's not here to have fun. He's here for a learning educational field trip.
Real.
Holy moly, an octopus.
No hand-holding in this good Christian chat. He's his own man. He's his own boy. Under the dark clouds, the massive black octopus statue glistened as if polished, capturing Cinnabar's attention, causing him to stop in his tracks.
怎么了？你觉得这个雕像做得如何？栩栩如生吧。在我心里，说不定这才是晴雨最令人印象深刻的地标。
Cinnabar, with a smile, approached Lyu Xuan. Difference in their heights made her realize this might be her first time taking a child on an outing.
我也觉得，他说不定到了晚上就会活过来，一路爬上日光岩，占领那里。
Oh, it's whimsical.
Yeah, love a little bit of whimsy out of him. Given Cinnabar's fascination with supernatural phenomena, Lyu Xuan glanced up at the statue and instinctively stepped back.
要是真的，那就麻烦了。我没带枪，
Or my dog.
有枪的话，你就敢和一条铁做的巨型章鱼对抗吗？你对身为人类的自己和人类制造的武器哪来那么大的自信？那能怎么办呢？毕竟你还在我身边，有什么情况发生，我也不能丢下你逃跑吧。
Cinnabar didn't expect his broad statement to be brought down to such practical concerns so quickly by Lyu Xuan. He felt a bit embarrassed. A sniffle?
说了，别当我是小孩，不用照顾。
That sniffle, that's so good. He spoke softly, then quickly walked away from Lyu Xuan towards Underwater World. Fish. Located at the heart of Underwater World, the sperm whale exhibit was their next stop after exploring various diverse display areas. Entering this section, Lyu Xuan instantly grasped on why Underwater World had reorganized the entire aquarium around this exhibit. What was the name of that horror VN which took place in an aquarium? Corpse Party style.
I don't think I played that one.
Like sound... I think it was Sound of Drops? Yeah, it's subtitle something like Fall into Poison.
Yeah, no, trying to think of visual novels that have the word drops in them. I just think of the Ultimate game Despero Drops, which is definitely not that.
Fair. Let's go see the whale.
I forgot whale skulls look like that. I hate it.
Look at them chompers. Terrifying. The exhibit was a long corridor without windows, lit only by a series of deep blue LED lights that swayed gently, mimicking the ocean's depths. The ceiling above was lined with LED screens showing footage of sperm whales swimming through the ocean, while the haunting calls of whales and the sound of soft waves played in the background.
气氛是已经烘托到位了。
Oh. Cinnabar placed one hand on the glass wall, and through the reflection, Lyu Xuan could see his intense expression. His eyes almost locked onto the sperm whale skeleton. However, the sight of the skeleton was truly breathtaking. Lyu Xuan hadn't anticipated that the structure of the sperm whale's bones resembled those of a serpentine creature. Whales are just big snack. Intimate touch. Intimate touch pool.
I have shown Dawn pictures of the last time I went to an aquarium.
Oh. You ever unearthed a fossil like that? I doubt it would resemble the rounded head of a sperm whale.
They also had this for some reason.
The polar bear chapel. Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
you know how it is at Noah's Ark.
Yeah. It's the fucking path split meme, but one side goes to intimate touch pool and the other side goes to polar bear Jesus.
Leave room for polar bear Jesus.
Right. Hey, Chris.
I think the polar bear is a pastor conducting some wedding?
That
Because the pairs of animals on Noah's Ark need to be joined in holy matrimony.
you must be joined in holy matrimony or else you will fall off the boat. That's how it is. I don't make the rules.
你有见过活生生的金鱼吗？
Anyways, hey, Chris. We're at the aquarium. Here's the giant sperm whale skeleton. Cinnabar turned to face Lyu Xuan, his face bathed in the undulating ocean-like light, his eyes merging into the deep sea blue, obscuring his expression.
没有，一般很难见到的。去年我乘船来晴雨的时候见到过一次，就在摆渡船上。
You saw the whale?
我看见海面有一块突然变成黑色，接着我听见非常低沉但是响亮的叫声，就像电影里巨大的机械缓缓倒下的声音。
I'm realizing we do kind of sort of have abnormality whales. Limbus Company whales.
Speak on that.
然后一头座头鲸跃出水面，叫声也变得更尖锐，而且震耳欲聋。那时候我很害怕。
Let's see if I can find the picture.
在座位上不敢动，耳边都是其他乘客的惊呼声。
Limbus Company whale. Humpback whale leaped out of the water. It's ooh.
为什么会害怕？
Right. Setting aside the idea that whale sound should be frightening, you, Cinnabar, have seen countless supernatural creatures.
当时我只是觉得被它的叫声吓
I mean,
人。
whale sounds are frightening.
但后来我经历过许多
Especially
同样
up
的体验
close,
后，
I
我才
imagine.
明白自己在怕什么。
Diverging Paths meme is a Yu-Gi-Oh card arc 'cause it's such a yes. Especially its origins in the fucking GX when it was used in the duel, which was just like Chaz flirting or some shit. Cinnabar turned back to the skeleton of the sperm whale.
我听到
Serious
鲸鱼
look.
的叫声，和看它以庞大的身躯飞跃在海面上时，下意识里把它当做比我更高级的生物，所以我会害怕的。
Oh god, the whales.
后来有些东
Yeah,
西
they are pretty close to a cosmic horror.
Right. Lyu Xuan found it hard to relate to Cinnabar's emotions when she had faced attacks from the dead python creature and the spore jellyfish. She too felt fear, but it stemmed from the immediate threat, not because she considered them superior beings. Maybe Cinnabar's regular encounters with supernatural phenomena have led to this unique fear.
那你现在应该不会再对普通的动物有那种想法了吧？
And he doesn't have secret agent training and a dog that eats horrors. So
No,
that is
he's
more
pretty
natural.
normal about our dog.
The whales have led to some of the
Ed, tell me more.
shockingly unfortunate-looking characters fights at Limbus Company. Oh no, the politified. Yep, politified,
Oh,
full of mold.
just like them strawberries.
Yeah.
但开始不喜欢这样把它们抓起来变为展品的行为。
Oh,
原来不喜欢来水族馆，早知道不勉强他了。你不喜欢的话，
He said he wanted to come.
但是除了这里，又没地方看他。
oh. Lyu Xuan realized her thoughts aligned with Cinnabar's. They both wanted creatures to live free, also desired to observe them from a safe place.
身体的标本在前面，去看看吧。
The full specimen. Oh, there's the full Monty. Hi
Whoa.
there. How you doing? At the far end of the room, the complete sperm whale specimen was suspended in an open space, distinctly different from the skeletal display. This arrangement allowed fewer visitors to walk completely around it. Take a selfie with it. Here the lighting played a crucial role, dramatically enhancing the exhibit. Under the dynamic illumination, the whale seemed almost lifelike, as if a slice of the deep sea had been brought directly to the surface.
我觉得它很好看，你呢？与其说好看，更像是奇观吧。你说的很对，和任何人类建造的奇观相比都不逊色。
Cinnabar's usual sarcasm was missing, which made Lyu Xuan suspect that his real passion for watching animals was influencing his demeanor. Yet you could sense his affection for non-human life was not as straightforward as it appeared. Awe? Respect?
Interesting.
Consequently, Lyu Xuan chose to remain silent, following him around the sperm whale exhibit. Making a full loop, they both noticed something unusual.
他的眼睛不见了，只有一颗。是啊，可能做标本的时候出了什么差错吧。不过标本的眼睛大多都是用玻璃球重新做的。
Who took the eye? Oops, sorry.
Did someone steal the eye?
Cinnabar nodded, seemingly having had similar thoughts.
现在也还没到正式营业的时候，可能还在制作吧。
However, Lyu Xuan was more focused on another anomaly, rather than the missing eye, a detail that seemed unnatural. Under the deep blue lighting, the sperm whale specimen seemed to be watching the two of them. Its eyes nearly filled the sockets.
Don't do that!
Mean to us! Beyond the whale exhibit, the aquarium featured a shark tunnel and the country's largest cylindrical fish tank. Evidence that management was determined to re-establish the aquarium as a top attraction on Piano Island. As they passed through the final section of the aquarium and approached the souvenir shop still being set up, they planned their visit to the Hydrological Bureau to see Wenshu. After all, since the tickets were provided by her, they needed to stop by to say hello and check on the status of Paleon's blood test. As they stepped out of the aquarium, Lyu Xuan had a sinking feeling. What?
看起来不只是要下雨而
Oh,
已
nice dolphins.
Oh, hey!
Oh god, rain.
Dark clouds loomed over the skyscrapers of Egret City, and the deep green sea churned wildly under the force of the wind. From Piano Island, it looked as if Egret City on the main island might be crushed by the gloomy seascape. Cinnabar noted, swiping on his phone before showing the screen to Lyu Xuan.
台风离这儿不远了，晴雨的船已经停运，
Oh no.
那只能在岛上找个民宿住了。好在晴雨上最不缺的就是这个。
Lyu Xuan leaned forward, tempted to ruffle Cinnabar's hair, but remembering his earlier reaction, she quickly withdrew her hand.
对不起，叫你出来玩，结果碰到这种事。无所谓，反正已经这样了，偶尔在外面住一晚上也可以。我跟姐姐联系一下就好。
Hey. Surly, but not completely closed off. Cinnabar replied, his head down as he sent a text.
正好我也有很多事情要和你聊，晚上就待在房间里了。
You have a lot... Oh boy. Lyu Xuan nodded in agreement, thinking that Jasper would probably also be excited about an impromptu overnight stay.
好，那我们趁还没开始下雨，先去实验室拿报告吧。走吧。
Upon returning to the laboratory, they noticed a few more pieces of equipment scattered around haphazardly. It seemed the lab would also always be a bit chaotic, which fit Lyu Xuan's impression of Wenshu. Hey Wenshu, this is my son.
哟，回来了，怎么样？看这天气，果然是在劫难逃吧？而且你来就来了，怎么还带了礼物啊？
Wenshu bent down to pat Cinnabar's head, but he swiftly dodged.
别碰我！
哦，
Oh.
麻烦意是吗？很好，很好。我叫陆文书，你呢？
当户。血液怎么样？
Wenshu stood up straight, her hands in her lab coat pockets, and a mysterious smile played across her face.
你这袋血到底是从哪儿来的？
Oh. This question
I assume the
caused...
blood was very enriching to you then?
She looks very enriched. This question caused Lyu Xuan's heart to quicken, indicating that Wenchu had indeed discovered something
我
significant.
说过，你当我一无所知就行了。
好好好，攻击性别这么强，我又不是要套你话。
Unless you want to. You know.
You'll have to seduce the secrets out of me.
Yeah. Cinnabar settled on the sofa, crossing his legs, and positioned himself between two adults who were clearly in disagreement.
首先是血液里有很多我从来没有见过的成分，不过能确定是恒温动物，长毛的，运动能力很强。
What do you mean elements you've never seen before?
Concerning, but an impressive
Like
deduction.
atomic elements?
就能倒推出来大概有什么用处，毕竟还算是在我们熟悉的动物界的体系里。
Atomic elements, supernatural? Unusual. I don't know how to parse this.
只看血液就能查出这么具体的东西吗？
这还算少的。比较奇怪的是，我搞不懂它的。
Because she's good at her job.
一般来说，这是最容易搞懂的东西，你能理解吧？我甚至想夸张点儿，去考虑它是不是靠光合作用的，但也没能发现有类似功能的成分。
So she's not. Paleon is not
除
plant.
非它有人类还未知的方式，可以将阳光或者别的什么东西转化为能量。
Paleon feeds on pets.
如果血液里的未知成分这么多的话，就算有，也不奇怪。
的确，所以你能把这袋血液的主人带过来吗？哪怕是照片也行，只要能看到它的形态，就能得出很多信息了。
只不过从
Luring the beautiful lady to our place using pictures of our dog.
而且都是建立在已有的认知体系上去进行推导。哈，别太自信，会被小白咬死的。
哼，很会说嘛。而且小帅哥，你也见过那个生物的话，那介绍给我看看也没问题吧？
Do you want to come over to my place and I'll show you my dog? Please, 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 please.
Please, 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 please.
Lyu Xuan fell into deep thought, worried about the potential serious consequences of introducing Paleon to someone like Wenchu, whose intentions were not fully clear. Deep down, she still firmly believed keeping a distant separation between humans and supernatural beings. Not only are they different species, but Lyu Xuan also believed they shouldn't coexist in the same world.
但文书肯定有办法查出更多关于小白的事，试试吧。等台风过了之后，你跟我回家看看他。
Yeah.
Wenchu's eyes sparkled with excitement, much like a dog seeing its dinner.
好呀，但是没了这些设备，我就只能望闻问切似的摸摸你的宝贝宠物。能把它带过来吗？
他过不了安检。
Wenchu nodded in agreement, while Cinnabar, visibly annoyed by Lyu Xuan's intention to introduce Paleon to outsiders, frowned impatiently.
没事儿，我有办法。
Wenchu turned and retrieved a green pass from a drawer and granted temporary access to the island and contained some laboratory details, stamped with a red seal from Egret City University.
我们这
Oh,
运送设备也不能靠客船呢，所以鹿城大学那儿给我们找了个私人的船。我有船主的电话，联系之后到码头等着，然后出示这个通行证。这之后，你带的箱子里就是装着10000根金条，船主也不会看一眼。
要是真有10000
That's concerning.
我倒是想见识见识。
那就让我
Can I
们
have
的
one?
姐姐努力赚钱吧。
I think we have more money than 1,000 gold bars.
yeah, by a little bit.
我已经有姐姐了。
Lyu Xuan slightly frowned as she accepted the pass. It was indeed very useful. Not only could she bring Paleon, but her handgun could also be taken onto the island legally.
好吧，但还是要等明天看看台风的情况如何。我跟丹霍先去找地方住。
Can we stay at your place? Cinnabar was about to get up from the sofa. His phone vibrated slightly. He flicked his fingers to answer it, briefly listened to the caller introduce themselves, and then handed the phone to Lyu Xuan.
是海底世界打来的，你接吧。
What?
Huh?
They entered the aquarium. Visitors were required to provide a phone number for follow-up
Are
purposes.
they mad at me?
And Lyu Xuan had given Cinnabar's number at the time. Upon hearing that the call was from Underwater World, Wenchu's expression immediately shifted, her smile drooping into a near frown.
难道我给你们的假票透露了？
What? Lyu Xuan knew when she was joking, but she didn't engage, instead taking the
Oh.
phone to hear a frantic staff member from the aquarium explain an incident that had occurred. For clarifying that she was unaware of any issues, Lyu Xuan hung up and handed the phone back to Cinnabar. Curious, Wenshu came over and asked,
海底世界怎么了？
抹香鲸标本的眼眶处被人破坏，眼球也不见了。我
Oh,
们基本是最后一波访客，所以来问我标本当时的情况。那时候我就注意到馆里连监控都还没装，现在这样，他们可麻烦了。
Hmm.
眼球倒是好办，重新做几个就行。你有注意到什么不对劲的地方吗？
少了一颗，不过当时标本看上去没有被破坏，所以原本就只剩下一颗吧。另外，我感觉它似乎比正常的抹香鲸眼睛要大一些。
观察很敏锐吗？确实大了一些，原因还不清楚。
oh.
不过他的另一颗眼睛是因为搁浅时候被礁石划伤，没法用了。为了保留这一特征，就没有专门再做一个眼球。
What's up with the eye? Lyu Xuan tried to remember if she had seen any scratches around the sperm whale's eye socket while at the auditorium, but the dim lighting made it difficult to be sure. If only we had listened to Wenshu and took a selfie with it.
好啦，别人的难事就让别人想去吧。我先送你们出去，等一会儿下暴雨再想走，可就得游回去了。
Yep,
Wenshu,
that's none of our business.
yeah. Wenshu stepped in front of Cinnabar, gesturing like a butler letting a young master pass first. Ignoring her, Cinnabar walked straight ahead, with Lyu Xuan following behind him.
真看不出来，他还挺会跟小孩玩的。
I like that in a woman.
Yes. As the heavy rain began to pour, Wenshu stood at the entrance of the Hydrological Bureau, watching as Lyu Xuan disappeared into the rain with her umbrella. I love that sprite.
Can you smoke while it's raining?
If you shelter yourself from it, possibly.
Huh.
I feel like the wind wouldn't do it any favors either. Stretching expansively as if to loosen every bone in her body, Wenshu then lit a cigarette and placed it between her lips.
Pants.
Sorry, I just love that sprite.
It's
So
a really good
stylish.
sprite.
Yeah. Taking a drag, she watched the smoke quickly disperse in the wind. She recalled a similarly stormy night not long ago, thinking she had escaped her past troubles. Tell me about them, young lady.
吕寻，是
Lyu
这个名字
Xuan.
吗？
Lyu Xuan, is that her name?
Oh?
但是那张脸，肯定是她。
That
抽野
face.
菜糖破肚了，怎么还会？
Definitely her. How could she still be after what happened to her?
You know us?
Oh, childhood friend?
Oh. When she took a deep drag of her cigarette, hoping the intense sensation would erase Lyu Xuan's face from her thoughts, but it was futile and only led to a fit of coughing. As she coughed, she extinguished her cigarette on a stone pillar. Her phone vibrated relentlessly in her pocket, signaling the professor's urgency for her to return to the lab. Time was of the essence. Wenshu looked off into the distance as if trying to see through the wall of the rain to the depths beneath the sea.
明早就想个理由离开陆城吧。吕璇竟然能被金融家那群变态
Well,
盯
come up
上，
with an excuse to leave Egret City tomorrow morning. If Lyu Xuan has attracted the attention of those ruthless financiers, she's too much for me to handle.
Oh.
Ruthless financiers. I
So-
guess the thing that's given us all this money?
Yeah, possibly. West flow. Is it west flowing? Possibly not. West flowing knows something, but
Mm-hmm. Not the origin of the whole.
right. There's also whatever has been bonded with us and was bringing us back to life.
Mhm.
Deciding to let the professor make his own money from the eyeball, Wenshu turned and walked back to the Hydrological Bureau. Lyu Wenshu pushed open the laboratory door, her gaze immediately falling on Professor Ren, who stood fully geared up in protective attire. His dim, aged eyes met hers, and his rough voice emerged muffled through the mask.
刚才陆大人又来了，
Oh?
没事儿，他应该不是来查我们的。
What are you two up to?
不过迟早要暴露的，抓紧时间吧。
Professor Ren's urgency was justified. Lyu Xuan initially thought the eyeball in the aquarium wouldn't respond immediately to that thawing process in the lab.
Oh.
But its reaction had been almost instantaneous. Oh?
Huh?
In the adjacent inner laboratory stood a massive rectangular glass tank filled with melted blood.
Oh, melty blood.
Oh.
Cool.
A fun fighting game. Inside the tank floated an eyeball, shrouded in a ghostly white mist with delicate ice flakes slowly peeling off the surface. Lyu Xuan worked alongside Professor Ren, attaching electrode stickers to the eyeball and streaming the test data to the computer. Live streaming on twitch.tv. Whale Eye plays Pokemon, coming soon. Seated at the workstation, Professor
And this
Ren.
whale eye opened my PayPal account.
This whale eye opened my PayPal account and resubbed to all of the streamers.
Sub to Don Don Patapon today.
Yes. And you too will get whale eyeball plushie merch. Coming soon.
It looks like a regular eyeball.
Yes. Whale eyeball and one of those cute plastic capsules. Soren scrutinized the magnified image of the eyeball's internal structure on the monitor. His fingers drummed rhythmically against the table as he nodded in satisfaction.
这东西还有活性，看来选择冷冻在零下80度是赌对了。这么完整的同位体。
Okay, I've just looked it up. Whale eyeballs do not look like that. That is a human eyeball there.
Yeah.
要是我把成果提交上去，收到尾款之后，这辈子就高枕无忧了。
是啊。
Her agreement was casual, though her attention lingered on Professor Ren's jittering legs. He was likely daydreaming about the luxurious life he'd lead, perhaps imagining himself in a cliffside
有什
mansion.
么反应吗？
有了，看得一清二楚。里面晶状体、玻璃体、视网膜之类的常规眼球结构只占了很小一部分，剩下的竟然是与人类8大系统类似的器官。
The eyeball's the whole thing?
This eyeball's a person?
不过它已经很虚弱了。也好，目前也无法判断它处于健康状态时是否有强烈的攻击性，这样更安全。
How would the eyeball attack?
Good question. Standing up, he moved
Does it
an
also
iron
have a
cart.
secret mouth somewhere?
Oh no. Moved an iron cart laden with dissection tool to the side of the tank. Lyu Xuan's eyes traced the arrangement of instruments as she mentally reviewed her dissection training. Oh no.
要做4级实验吗？
还不到时候，先切一小部分组织下来，拿去显微镜看看，再做点别的测试。
Sound of heavy rain intensified outside, accompanied by the faint howling of wind. Lyu Xuan glanced toward the window. Was a typhoon approaching? Yes. Gonna attack you like you're playing Fear and Hunger. Yeah, that sure is a that sure is a thing that would happen. Professor Ren seemed to share her unease. He briefly looked up at the ceiling before wordlessly pulling the traction rope. The eyeball rose slowly to the tank's surface, its misty aura undisturbed. Resting his left hand gently on the eyeball, he carefully guided the blade with his right hand. This is a terrible idea.
I hate this.
Me too.
Warning for Igor?
There's potentially
Technically-
Igor. There's potentially Igor coming soon. We may get visual. There will be description. Lyu Xuan didn't just stand idly by. She retreated a few steps, positioning herself near the exit. Smart girl! Her instincts, honed through years of experience, warned her. Caution was never misplaced when dealing with
Ultiverse.
Ultiverse counterparts. Professor Ren had no idea about Lyu Xuan's past experiences. To him, she was just a curious student he'd met on campus, someone who'd only encountered isotopes under his guidance. This girl has seen some shit, and like him, had only ever worked with lifeless specimens. What do you know? Professor Red made a precise incision, carving a diamond-shaped wound on the eyeball surface. His eyebrows raised in surprise as he observed the tissue.
确很虚弱，所以外皮才和宝宝的肌肉融在一起了吧？
Oh, like a grape.
Yeah. Setting down the scalpel,
Great,
he carefully removed a tissue sample with tweezers, placing it in a saline-filled culture dish. From her vantage point, Lyu Xuan watched him lean in closer to the wound, his head tilting as if he were trying to peer deeper into the eyeball's interior. Curious, she started to move forward. This is a bad idea. But then she noticed something off. Professor Ren's movements grew hesitant. He leaned back slightly, shook his head, and peered disoriented. Professor Ren stumbled backwards, falling to the floor. Waving his hands frantically, he shouted,
快走，他还活着！
I thought we knew that.
我们只是把他冷冻而已。
Her response was cut short by a wet, sticky popping sound. A thick nerve fiber as wide as a rope extended from the incision Professor Ren had made. The eyeball's epidermis began to crack, releasing a series of wet, squelching sounds like fruit being squeezed. Oh, we're in for it now.
We've activated its defense mechanism.
We are in for it now. Professor Ren
We've hatched it.
scrambled awkwardly to his feet, hands and knees slipping as he clambered away. The nerve fibers wriggled out like tentacles, grasping the edges of the sink as if attempting to pull the eyeball out of the water. Okay, we fucked up.
先走，
That's how it attacks.
去外面躲一会儿。
His tone reminded Lyu Xuan of someone spraying insecticide on cockroaches, waiting outside for them to perish. She helped him to the door and made him the way. Her eyes flicking back to the eyeball as it trembled and strained, trying to climb out of the sink. Despite the thickness of its nerve fibers compared to normal biological ones, they were still insufficient to support full mobility. If this was what was in the whale, I understand why this whale was fucked up.
Yeah, in sea life, parasites are most commonly found around the guts or the eyeball, right?
Right. Yeah, it makes sense because like the worst of that shit like makes its way up to the brain and the eyes. The typical trying to get out and release more of me. It also reminds me of something of a horrible little creature seen in the fucking Alien TV show that they're doing now. Bad names.
The world is full of so many horrible creatures.
This is very true. It was just an eyeball separated from the massive body it once belonged to. They locked the door behind them and pressed their faces to the glass, scanning the laboratory for any signs of the creature.
眼球呢？不见了。
This is a bad idea. They leaned in closer, yet they still couldn't find any trace of the bright red eyeball. Lyu Xuan's eyes darted across the floor, swept under tables, probed into corners, and even flicked upwards toward the ceiling.
他现在濒临死亡，求生本能让他选择躲起来了吧？
If it hits the vents,
跑到机器后面了。
if it hits the vents, we're so screwed. A thought of missing the last moments of such a strange creature tugged at her. Feeling responsible for its condition, Lyu Xuan reached for the door lock, intending to re-enter. This is a bad idea, Lyu. Wishing could act, a sudden impact slammed against the iron door, startling them both into stumbling back. A bulge appeared on the door's surface.
Oh, whoa, what's this?
Is that an eyeball monster, or are you just happy to see me? Frozen in shock, Lyu Xuan stepped away, her movements slow and deliberate. The sound came again, louder this time as the eyeball relentlessly battered the locked door. Realizing the danger, she and Professor Ren turned and fled to the basement. Violent noises echoing behind them. Why are we going down? When the pounding weakened, they heard a sharp, piercing scream.
门被他撞开了。
Oh!
It has vocal cords.
Bad news bears! It learned how to scream. Professor Ren, pale
It
and
has a
tense,
mouth and it
nodded.
must.
It must. We did make... Yeah. Lyu Xuan shoved him forward, stepping him out of his stupor. They resumed running. They burst out of the hydrological bureau and into the chaotic storm outside. Heavy rain and strong winds from the approaching typhoon lashed against them.
他刚才已经快死了，就撞开了带锁的门，说不定再等等他就不行了。
也许吧，但可别忘了，如果不是他的身体先死了，我们不可能把他弄下来。
Lyu nodded, mulling over his words. His organism was unlike any other. Its instinct wasn't to retreat or hide in its final moments. It chose to attack. Professor Ren shielded his eyes from the rain as he stepped forward. Lyu followed, the sounds of the storm filling her ears. Raindrops drumming on leaves, rooftops, and asphalt. The terror she'd felt earlier began to ebb, washed away by the downpour. Yet a lingering unease remained. She's always been cautious. Timid, even, when dealing with Altiverse counterparts. She always tries to minimize the risk. With Professor Ren serving as a buffer, she had allowed herself to relax. But now she realized how unprepared she was for the reality of confronting a living isotope.
乖乖等他死了再回来吧。
Wait till it dies and come back. Just
She
assume it is
really
capable
should.
of death.
Yes. Come back, maybe get a flamethrower or something. Maybe wait for it to stop raining first. Yep.
Nothing good happens when it rains.
Nothing good happens when it rains. Outside the Hydrological Bureau, a long downward slope stretched out before them, flanked by bushes and grasses that bore the marks of years of weathering. Lyu ears picked up on something distinct, rustling amid the cacophony of raindrops. Lyu instincts warned her of something sinister lurking in the bushes. She froze. The foliage rippled unnaturally as the waves were coursing through it. Professor Ren turned to follow her gaze. The moment of realization barely registered on his face before it happened. Terrifying speed, nerve-like tendrils lashed out from the bushes, striking him, piercing cleanly through his torso.
Oh God!
Lyu scream pierced the storm, only to be smothered by the pounding rain, which left her gasping and coughing. Fear pinned her in place, paralyzing her with the thought that any sudden movements might catch its attention. Slowly, she edged backwards, each step calculated and cautious.
怎么回事？他要做什么？
If it's doing what I think it's doing, then this is going to be very... Professor Ren soon went limp. The raindrops traced his slumped silhouette as the tentacles coiled around him, dragging his lifeless body into the bushes with a wet, sickening pull. Lyu stood there in a daze, her brain unable to keep up with the horrific vision that had occurred in just a few minutes. A sharp gasp tore from her lips as her chest burned. Only then she realized she had been holding her breath out of fear. Everything had happened too quickly. She staggered, grasping at the wet, moss-covered wall for support as the storm raged on, thunder growling in the distance.
他去找自己的身体了。
As the typhoon raged and the off-season lull settled over Violent Island, Lyu Xuan found herself spoiled for choice among the island's many unique hotels. After some deliberation, she selected a cozy spot, with a view of both the restless sea and the iconic octopus statue looming over the shoreline. Sinus?
That's a cute nickname.
Aw. Peering at the hotel, Preview on the phone was delighted. I like that little round table under the warm light, he remarked. Before they could settle in, dinner took priority. Lyu Xuan wanted to try something featuring regional specialties. Unfortunately, as the typhoon edged closer, most restaurants had shuttered early for the night. Only one option remained. Ever-reliable McDonald's! This is not sponsored. Glowing faintly like a beacon against the stormy backdrop.
Lyu Xuan the boycott!
Are we... Are we going to get attacked at McDonald's by
Hang on, maybe they're good in this universe.
Maybe. Pulling Cinnabar close, she wrapped her arms around his waist in a protective embrace. While Cinnabar had his own priorities. Tucked snugly under his coat was the precious hamburger he was determined to protect at all costs. He wants the burger. Amidst the roar of the relentless wind, heavy rain poured like a waterfall. Lyu Xuan gripped the deepest part of the umbrella rib tightly with one hand, her other palm cradling Cinnabar close to her chest. Lyu Xuan worried that Cinnabar might slip and fall, so she lifted him up, holding him close.
还好民宿不太远。
The two trudged forward, their bodies leaning against the force of the storm. The night was painted even darker by the rain, and as they passed the giant octopus statue they'd seen during the day, the sound of raindrops pounding against its surface became deafening. Are we going to run into the eyeball monster?
Is the statue
winds.
going to come to life?
Oh god. Oh, I hope not. Coastal winds grow
It would be
fiercer.
an amazing cost-saving measure to try to make a statue by taking a living octopus and just flash freezing it and dunking it into iron.
Eyeball creature just comes along and just pierces its nerves through the metal shell, and we're off and dying. Oh boy. The rain-slicked handle slayed against her palm. Despite her grip, the umbrella didn't hold long. It was yanked violently from her grasp and flung into the stormy sky. Rip. Instinctively, Lyu Xuan looked up, following the umbrella's trajectory. Her gaze caught on the statue's coiled tentacles, gleaming wet in the rain.
不对劲，
Oh no. Oh, hi! Eyeball warning!
Oh god!
Here it is! Oh, yep!
Dad.
It fucking took him. Oh, fuck. There was
Really bad.
Oh, I don't like this.
Attached to the torso.
Yep. There's a massive grotesque eyeball attached to a humanoid torso. Its unblinking gaze locked onto Lyu Xuan with eerie precision, as though it were a living surveillance camera. Cinnabar shrieked, his squinted eyes stinging from the rain. But even through the downpour, he too could see the bizarre creature
雨
clearly.
璇，那是眼球，海底世界的。
Oh. Oh.
Oh god.
Lyu Xuan released her grip on Cinnabar and gave him a firm push on the back, signaling him to move away. Thankfully, the storm was beginning to ease, the wind and rain losing their earlier ferocity.
看起来是人类的身体，先交流看看。你
Negotiation.
想做什么？
It's capable of screaming, which means it should be capable of speaking?
It has human parts. The eyeball gave no reply. It merely swiveled its gaze, the unblinking stare following her every movement. She had no weapon, no clear means of defense. The logical choice was to grab Cinnabar and flee, but something held her back. She needed to assess whether the creature was capable of catching them. If it wasn't, fleeing would be safer. But if it was... Oh, I hate
Oh, it's
this.
got a sprite.
I hate it. Oh, I hate it. It's becoming... The eyeball creature
Can we
shifted.
hide the text box to hate it more?
Let's do it. Yeah.
Yay!
Yay. It's trying to
Rest
be a
in peace,
person.
Professor Wren.
We hardly knew ye. You will not get your retirement.
And he was one day away from retirement.
Right. The eyeball creature shifted, crouched low, pressing itself between the coiled tentacles of the octopus statue. Strange red tissue on its back contracted sharply, and in a swift motion it launched itself towards Lyu Xuan's left side. The attack was clumsy, and Lyu Xuan dodged it easily. As the creature landed, she lunged forward, aiming to stomp on its arm. Her foot came down hard, and to her surprise, the arm snapped with a dry crack, like a brittle branch. We don't... Oh, it is bad news if we make it need a new body. The severed limb was quickly reattached by a network of writhing red optic nerve tentacles. However, the muscles on the right connected arm were visibly shriveled and blackened. This also reminds me of a horrible creature from, I'm blanking on the name, but it's the RPG made by the friend of the, I'm sorry, John guy.
Oh no!
Yeah. There's a similar situation.
No!
Where you can turn a guy's head, where you can turn a guy into a series of body parts that want to reattach and take over other people in the apartment building, and it's really awful. The muscles of the reconnected arm are visibly shriveled and blackened.
如此，身体可能是别人的，眼球和那些红色的东西才是关键。
Hey! Creature adjusted its posture, then with startling speed it surged forward again, this time targeting Lyu Xuan's left hand. No! My money! Anticipating the move, she stepped back with her right foot, lowered her stance, and calculated the distance. As the creature lunged, she delivered a sharp kick directly to the eyeball. Her strike landed with satisfying force. The creature crumpled to the ground, and the red tissue on its back sagged, losing its tension.
这些红色的东西从眼球伸出来，然后把它固定在这个人身上。如果能把眼球拔下来，就能解决了吧？
Lyu Xuan stepped forward decisively. The eyeball man was obviously hesitated, and quickly took a few steps back to the embankment. At the back and tail that Lyu Xuan couldn't see clearly, the red tissue was retracted into the eyeballs little by little.
找机会，把它直接推进海里吧。
Will that fix it? I feel like that just make it a problem for the fish.
Yeah, that'll make things worse. It'll just push the problem down the line. Resolute in her plan, Lyu Xuan suddenly surged forward, rain streaming down her face as she charged at the eyeball creature. But instead of retreating, the creature darted toward her, crawling rapidly on its malformed limbs. Its unexpected aggression caught Lyu Xuan's attention. She immediately slowed her approach, shifting her stance. She positioned her left hand slightly back and stretched her right hand forward, preparing for its next move. As she suspected, the eyeball creature abruptly changed tactics, treating its optic nerve tentacles and propelled itself off its human host's body and leapt toward her left arm. Oh, it's looking for a withdrawal. Right hand, she managed to grab the eyeball mid-air. Its slimy surface squished under her grip. The creature fought back. Red tentacles lashed out, wrapping tightly around her left arm, and sneaking toward the black hole in her palm. Ooh, bad news. Oh, don't give us a CG. Do not. Though events had unfolded just as she expected, Lyu Xuan recalled the agony of having her arm seared away by the withered serpent. And a shiver of dread ran through her. Tried once more to summon the image of a cruise ship sailing smoothly across the calm waters, but her thoughts tangled into chaos. What are you planning to do now? The crimson tendrils of the eyeball seized upon her brief hesitation, tightening viciously around her arm. The constriction carved deep welts, blood welling from the raw abrasions.
可是，游轮没空想了。
No time to think. We don't want this thing inside us. We step forward, intent on using the embankment to gain the upper hand and kill the eyeball creature. A sudden burst of strength, Lyu Xuan tightened her grip on the eyeball. Her fingers dug into its soft surface. With a determined roar, she hurled it toward the jagged stone pillar of the embankment. Sharp edges tore through its outer layer, releasing a torrent of foul-smelling pus that mixed with relentless rain. Tentacles coiled around Lyu Xuan's left arm retracted instantly, snapping back into the damaged eyeball. Its once bright white surface grew dull, dimming rapidly until it resembled nothing more than a lifeless, discolored mass.
死了吗？
Is it dead, please?
Lyu Xuan straightened, cautiously stepped back. The eyeball creature lay limp and motionless, its once taut form now deflated like a punctured balloon. Oddly, it had swollen to a much larger size than when it was lodged within the human body. Okay, so it attached to Professor Wren. It was still whale-sized. It slowly adjusted to, like, fit onto his head.
Oh,
And then when we popped it, it just went back to default size.
你没事吧？
get a feeling so complicated.
Ow. Cinnabar's voice trembled as he peeked out from the bushes, clutching their food package tightly in his arms.
等等，我先把它丢了。
Bending down, Lyu Xuan grabbed the slimy skin of the eyeball creature, its texture reminiscent of a soaked quilt. No pedestrians or boats disturbed the desolation, and for a fleeting moment she felt like a criminal discarding a body under the cover of night.
丢的倒确实也是尸体。
I hope so. Boy, I hope so. The creature's waterlogged body was far heavier than Lyu Xuan anticipated. Gritting her teeth, she mustered all of her strength, lifted it fully, and hurled it into the churning sea. The creature vanished beneath the waves in an instant, leaving no trace of its grotesque presence.
人的那部分尸体就没法管了，赶紧离开吧。
We'll just leave it there.
Sucks to be you, Professor.
No problems.
Maybe
We
we-
will not be questioned.
Real. Maybe we can blame him for stealing the eyeball.
You see, he just stole the normal glass eyeball and then felt so guilty about it his head exploded.
Yeah, and his bones broke in many, many ways.
These things just happen.
You know, stranger things have happened. He turned toward the male corpse sprawled on the ground, still clad in a soaked white lab coat. Though the head had been crushed by non-recognition by the eyeball creature, Lyu Xuan couldn't help but think of the old professor she had encountered at Lu Wenshu's place.
就知道陆文书肯定藏着什么事。
Yep.
I love a woman with secrets.
嗯哼。
别管了，走吧。
Without another word, Lyu Xuan spread her jacket over Cinnabar, shielding the boy as they made their way back to the hotel. McDonald's and first aid. Boyga and first aid, please. Oh, this is nice.
Yeah, this is a nice hotel.
Having escaped the monster's attack and the raging storm outside, they were enveloped by the warm glow of the hotel's yellowish lights, the muted sound of wind and rain against the soundproof glass, giving an immense sense of security. They even have little patio furniture. I want patio furniture.
Yeah, well, they even have plants.
I don't want plants because I'm terrible at keeping them alive.
It's okay, it's not your job to keep them alive.
They settled at a small round table stacked with boigas. The cozy atmosphere
Love
of the
the boigas.
room made the terror of the night feel distant like a fading nightmare. So many boigas. Lyu Xuan reached for a boiga with both hands, but a sharp pain shot through her left arm. She grimaced and flexed her fingers, gingerly realizing just how much force the creature's tentacles had exerted on her earlier. Wasn't she bleeding? Cinnabar, by contrast, ate slowly, taking small, deliberate bites. Oh, mom, oh. Lyu Xuan looked him in the eyes, her mind briefly flashing through the crowded McDonald's restaurants during holidays, parents and children packed into every corner, and smiling staff masking their exhaustion. Forcing smiles, as you do when you work at McDonald's.
You can order a smile for free.
Yeah. Oh, jacketless.
Ooh, jacketless.
Jacketless, non-bloody. Oh.
I'll cheer to that.
Me too. Gampai. It was the first time he had
你觉得老
McDonald's.
板那个状态很难带我们出门吗？
Your boss sounds like a terrible parent, so yes.
Yeah, honestly.
"不只是这个吧，我很好奇你们和他如何相处，吃饭也好，日
Does he?
常生活也好，
Does your boss
还有
feed
他为
you?
什么要收养你们？我们第一次吃麦当劳，确实是老板主动提的，当时叫了外卖上门，他说小孩子应该都喜欢吃这个。
Sudden McDonald's sponsorship twin. I did check and they are saying the word McDonald's out loud in the voice acting. This
Oh,
is
wow.
not a localization thing.
Oh, wow. Taking a casual sip of his Coke. With one hand propping up his cheek, Cinnabar gazed out this window, taking a casual sip of his Coke. A good time to take a sip of your Diet Coke.
我们和老板的事
My
情
third
说来
Diet
话
Coke of the
长
day.
不如谈谈你吧。看你这样，一时半会儿也解决不了身上的问题。既然还要跟你打这么久交道，那我也想了解你的情况。
My situation.
We have a normal situation going on here.
我只是一个普通
We're
人，
so... Yeah,
跟
see?
你们比起来，
We're just ordinary, very normal. Right? Nothing strange here.
是吗？那就说说你这些所谓普通的地方吧。
Ordinary parts of me? The comment made Lyu Xuan pause. You recall the day West Flowing had sent Jasper to her house, coinciding with a strange event involving her
你们
palm.
对我了解到什么程度了？
As normal as Albert Wesker, real, right?
我们知道你的工作是什么。
According to protocol, anyone outside the staff who learns your identity has to escalate it to the higher-ups. But this time, it's clearly different.
那你也知道，这些事我不能聊太多。
Ah, understandable.
你所谓的不能聊的那些事情，我们都不感兴趣。毕竟那些东西跟人类社会关系绑定特别深入。
Cinnabar set down his Coke. folded his small feet on his chair, and flashed a rare, playful smile.
我想知道更多琐碎的事。
What a
That is not a
nice smile.
你对
Beautiful
衣食
smile.
住行的好恶，过去人生中重要的情感经历，对我们而言，这些查不到的东西更有用。
To us?
都能查到我的工作了，那查这些不是更简单吗？不太一样。重要的是你对那些的好恶、情感抱有什么样的想法。比起切实存在的事物，看不见摸不着的思考，我更感兴趣。
He's very curious for being the more detached of the two. Lyu Xuan could partially grasp Cinnabar's perspective. Given what she currently understood about supernatural entities, it made sense that these details would pique his curiosity.
不过，如果你不想谈小时候的经历，也可以跳过。不用顾虑那么多，我在孤儿院的生活不算差。
I may have died and come back to life a few times, but that's a side quest revelation, so we're not going to
It's
talk
okay.
about
We
that.
had, what was the word? Explicable childhood? Something along those lines?
Yeah. Even now, Lyu Xuan could consider that period happy, though the memory was so distant she couldn't quite recall why it left such a pleasant impression on her.
那你们呢？
Just good
是
vibes.
怎么被刘希收养的？应该不是从孤儿院里出来的吧？
That light bulb was in jail. I just noticed it.
Yeah.
你这调转话头的能力还挺强啊！我们在还是婴儿的时候就被老板收养了，所以我也只能说说老板告诉我们的那些。
The babies. I do love that particular smile of his. That feels more like a playful smile.
Yeah.
他说我和姐姐
Like, he's
出
not
生
used
后
to
经
doing
历
it.
的第一个春
哎
节
呀
就遭遇了原因不明的火灾，那正好是亲戚们都聚在老家过年的夜晚。
What are we looking at here?
Hide the text box?
Oh.
Whoops.
That changed in a hurry. Whoa. What is happening here?
Oh,
Baby!
Baby.
Whoa, what is happening here? Oh my goodness. No! That looks like fire.
当时老板的助手正好去那里办事，才把我们俩捡了回来。按他的说法，我和姐姐很可能是从火场的窗户里被扔出来才逃过一劫。
That is definitely a
他
fire.
把我们交给老板，以此为条件从老板身边脱身，而我和姐姐就成为了下一任助手。
That. Oh.
What do you mean escape? She couldn't quit until she found replacements?
I guess so. Despite Cinnabar's detached delivery, the cruelty of the story struck Lyu Xuan like a blow. For a moment, she found herself at a loss for words.
你相信他说的吗？老板对我们不坏，也允许我们和前任助手一样，不想干了随时可以找个接班人。
Ah, yep,
Oh
confirmed.
my god.
所以无论是真是假，我都对现在的生活没什么不满。
Lyu Xuan couldn't help but wonder, who caused the fire? How many orphan babies had West Flowing taken in as his pawns? And that so-called former assistant, had she really left voluntarily, or had something more sinister happened? It really is nice.
Yeah.
Some powerful aesthetics. Well, good night. Good night. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah.
But these thoughts were just speculation. She couldn't use them to convince Cinnabar to doubt West Flowing. In truth, it was because West Flowing was a supernatural entity that Lyu Xuan instinctively viewed him as suspicion.
丹霍，如果有一天你们觉得现在的生活很糟糕，或者觉察到什么危险的话，可以来找我。虽然我也不太了解怎么和超级的生物对抗，但总比你们独自面对要好。
I might not be skilled at dealing with supernatural creatures, but my dog is.
我知道你在担心什么，但没必要。我有姐姐在，有她当我的姐姐，我没什么可担心的。如果真的有什么情况发生了，她一定会保
Trust
护
his big sister so much.
Aww. As Susie finished, a faint blush crept across Cinnabar's cheeks, as though he was embarrassed to admit relying on his sister. To cover it, he quickly reached for a chicken wing and began biting into it.
They got chicken wings at McDonald's?
Oh. Is that a whale plushie on the bed? I don't know why I'm just noticing
where?
that now. On the bed near the pillow.
Oh!
I feel like that is.
looks like it's a little too long for that, but it'd be so cute.
Yeah. Lyu Xuan considered her words. Judging by how adorable and sincere these children were, perhaps Westflowing wasn't entirely bad.
但你也是我和姐姐第一个可以信任的人类朋友，所以还有什么想问的就说吧。
Y'all don't go to school?
Yeah. Why did he give you these names?
玄龟和丹霍这两个名字有什么含义吗？当然，老板说他从数千年前第一次拥有人类助手之后，就必定是一男一女，并且取名为玄龟和丹霍。
What?
Oh.
Curious.
Also, that must be what pre-Jasper means.
Oh. Oh, so it's not it might not actually be a actual.
So no time travel, just the previous one.
It's a complete, not an aged up Jasper, just previous assistant. Curious.
So if the previous female assistant left in exchange for handing over the orphans, what happened to the old Cinnabar?
因为他认为人类的名字都蕴含力量，尽管大多数人的力量小到无法察觉，但我们俩的名字已经和老板有延续1000年的联系，所以名字里的力量会保佑我们平安。
That's sweet, I think.
按这么说，他都是从婴儿开始照顾人类助手的。不一定。
You know, for a relative definition of sweet.
原本就用名字，
as much of a sweet outcome as a entity like them could muster.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the fair folk.
Yeah. You had your own
听
names.
起来像是迷信啊。所谓名字的力量，你们有实际感受到过吗？怎么可能？这些什么能保佑平安都不可信吧？
Have you met the former
刚才
assistant?
提到的那位前任助手，你们有见过吗？只有一次，那时候我和姐姐刚从老板那里得到知识和常识，所以我记得很清楚。他应该只是想看看被他救回来的婴儿长成什么样，很快就走了。
Oh.
他看起来正常吗？身上有没有什么明显的缺陷？
Edvar shook his head, and then a faint smile appeared on her face.
看来你是真的很担心我和姐姐。不用想那么多，
Aw.
就算不考虑老板本身对我们就没有恶意，他还需要我们俩帮他处理和人类之间的关系。至少在很长一段时间里不会对我们做什么的。
Do you want to
你
leave?
和玄龟考虑过以后要不要离开流系吗？有讨论过。
They are 8 years old or
但现
something.
在还不是认真去考虑这件事情的时候。
Oh, it's come up.
的确，要等能找工作养活自己的时候再离开他。姐姐应该会想要离开吧？无论如何，我都会做跟她相同的选择。
Oh.
我觉得人类社会的生活更适合你。比起现在，你们也更想生活在人类主导的世界里吧？我不知道。
No, that's pretty
事到如
biased.
今很难再
Yeah.
假装超自然的东西都不存在，去过普通的生活吧。
When you're born and raised in it, you see it everywhere. It's very different.
我倒是希望在事情都结束之后，继续去过普通的生活。
Good luck.
你的生活从一开始就不是普通的了。
What do you mean I am normal?
Very normal. No more
没什么想问的
questions.
了。你吃这些够吗？要不要我再买点什么？我吃饱了，而且
Through the floor-to-ceiling window, an octopus statue loomed in the storm. The street lamp's light revealed dense raindrops hitting the ground like waves. The typhoon's full force was about to hit. Oh!
希望明天就能过去吧。我有点担心小白了。
We left our dog home alone in the
他
storm.
有什么可担心的？就算你家房子被吹跑了，他都能在原地趴着睡觉吧。而且这次台风还比不上前几年那次。哦，是16年那次吧？你应该听过台风释放的能量超过原子弹的说法。虽然只是换算的方法取了巧， 没什么实际意义。但那天电视上
It's just
那
math.
特卫星图时，我还是震惊于台风的威力。
Trying to parse how old these kids are.
我一边想象着地球实际的大小，一边看着直径和整条海岸线长度相同的白色漩涡碾上陆地，感受到一种很新鲜的恐惧感。
The recurring thing here is that water is terrifying, from the ocean to the rain.
Right.
What does this mean?
His sudden change of topic left Lyu Xuan unsure how to respond. She could only nod, then stood up and tried to draw the
放
curtains.
心吧，你住的地方很安全。那些真正遭受台风威胁的人，他们才最害怕。
Really, really is in the rain when bad things happen.
倒是你，还会被台风里的眼睛追着跑呢。说到这些，那个女研究员有点不对劲吧？
Cheetos.
Yeah, she's otherworldly beautiful.
This is true.
对，但是
Why is the change? Before she could finish, a sharp pain shot through her left hand. She was startled to find she could no longer lift her arm. An ominous feeling swept over her, replacing her previous thoughts with a chilling premonition. What?
偏
Oh, the hole's hungry?
我应该早点发现的。
Lyu Xuan grasped her left wrist with her right hand and slowly turned it, palm facing upward. The black hole in her palm, ever present like a recurring nightmare, now appeared more sinister than ever. What?
Oh!
Hate it. Oh, that took a.
Is this worse than the millions of tiny bugs?
A little bit.
Or maybe it's just a different kind of bad.
Yeah. An eye stared back at her from the center of its hand, its small tentacles clawing at the edges of the hole. The numbers formed by black lines in her palm continued to shift, counting down relentlessly. That's a cool mill down. Lyu Xuan frowned,
You stop that!
blinking her eyes in an effort to focus, waiting for the numbers to settle so she could see how much had been consumed. The numbers showed no sign of stopping, their descent unrelenting. Sweat poured down her face as overwhelming discomfort took hold. Her legs gave out and she collapsed into a half-kneeling position. Hopefully this is... Oh, I hate this. Oh, I hate this. She stared at her hand, but her vision quickly blurred. When she closed her eyes, she was not met with the solace of darkness, but with a vivid image of a massive bloodshot eyeball. Oh, I hate this.
姐姐，吕璇，
What is this? My eldritch OC tends to place eyes on his palms when he has full control over how his body... Oh!
Oh, like the pale man.
Ah! There's only tinnitus and dizziness. And vocals?
球
Lyu Xuan shook her head helplessly, feeling like an insect caught in a mousetrap, struggling in vain. She tried to envision a ship, a vessel, to anchor her thoughts, but all she could summon was an endless ocean-like quagmire with the bow of the ship sinking steadily into it.
坚持住，来帮你了。
Help us here? Sidbar, visibly concerned, applied a wet towel to Lyu Xuan's forehead, applying a classic remedy. But for Lyu Xuan, the towel might as well have been pressed directly against her brain. Sensation was heavy and wet and unbearably painful. Is this just the cost of the damage that the eyeball did to us, or did the eyeball leave something behind?
Oh.
I hope it's not the latter.
我看看，带他回家。
Was this? Her blurred
Is
vision,
this?
a figure in a reassuring white coat finally appeared. Yet Lyu Xuan's remaining rationality told her this wasn't by way. The scent that wafted into her awareness felt like sunlight cutting through the darkness, a rich bouquet of floral notes like the scent of a carefully crafted perfume. Is it
没
Wenshu?
事的，睡吧。
Lyu Xuan wanted to respond out of politeness, but a perfumed hand brushed gently across her eyes. An irresistible warmth enveloped her. Her exhausted, frail body and weary mind surrendered completely, sinking into a soothing, comforting darkness.
Unshu would smell like tobacco and not perfume, right?
Right. Oh, I made it home.
Oh.
Lyu Xuan opened her eyes to the familiar ceiling above. The lingering grogginess from waking up was instantly swept away by the sharp, swelling pain in her hand.
Oh yeah, we lost a lot of money there.
Oh, yep, that's still docking money. After a brief moment of contemplation, closed her eyes again, wishing she could simply lie there and drift back to sleep. The mysteries and dangers she faced were like boiling water threatening to blow the lid off a pot. Yet Lyu Xuan remained passive, unwilling to turn the knob and extinguish the flame.
别睡了。
Thought of someone stepping in to lower the heat for her, pouring the water into a pristine white ceramic cup to brew coffee and placing it gently on her table, crossed her mind. But Lyu Xuan shook off the ridiculous notion, opened her eyes again, and sat up. Against the headboard. Cinnabar was sitting on a chair next to her, with a book in his hands.
你在这待了一晚上，我跟姐姐轮流来的。
Oh! Cinnabar closed the book, obviously relieved.
醒了就起来，你现在感觉挺好的吧？昨晚把你送到店里之后，老板说眼球是寄生生物，只会把你当罐头慢慢吃，不会着急杀掉你。
Is it still?
没有跟他说我们见到的眼球人吧？他看上去可不像被慢慢吸收的样子。
就那
Is that like a baby eyeball?
都不够塞眼球牙缝的。
Hmm.
但你的这一亿，他可就要慢慢来了。
It eats our money.
Yeah, fair. Lyu Xuan's gaze shifted to her palm, and she slowly opened her hand. Eyeball embedded within immediately became active, darting around in frantic, unnatural movements. Oh, I hate it. Like a strange vitality, the black numbers etched in her palm continued to fall ceaselessly. They'd been dropping all night, tireless in their descent. Lyu Xuan frowned. She had the weight of knowing how much had already been taken.
还好，不像之前手臂被吸收时痛得死去活来，现在只是头有点晕。我先洗个澡，一会儿载你回店里，然后就准备带着手枪和小白回秦宇去找论文书了。他肯定知道眼球是怎么回事。
行，我跟着去也没用，就在店里为你烧高香吧。反正这一回有比你强10000倍的小白跟着了。
看来我是已经
Alright, does Paleon miss us?
Yeah. There she is. Paleon swung its tail in agreement, its expressive movements reassuring. That moment, fragments of the events before her blackout came rushing back to Lyu Xuan's mind.
It's like it's got its tongue out panting.
你一个人没法把我从岛上带回来。那人是谁？
等你们碰上面再介绍吧。我没见过他几次，而且那几次
Oh, it.
我跟他交流都有点困难。
听你这么说，他不是人类。
应该不是，但很难说吧。
Complicated.
好吧，等之后见上了
Sometimes humans use its pronouns.
Yeah? Ow. Lyu Xuan wiped the sweat from her forehead and leaned toward to take the bottle of perfume from the bedside table. Her fingers lingered on the glass as she tried to recall when she had placed it there, and what it meant to keep it within reach each morning upon waking.
你手里的是什么？
香水，这味道会让我很放松，所以忍不住想闻一下。
But did you say that as dialogue? The bottle was nearly empty, and she could only take comfort in the faint trace left on the rollerball.
剩下的我放……不对，我有这么需要它吗？
Oh? Questioning? Her hand trembled slightly as she set the bottle down, drawing in a shallow breath.
不过就是个香水而已。
Taking a quick shower, Lyu Xuan felt refreshed. She drove out of the garage, Paleon perched alertly in the passenger's seat. The storm had cleared slightly, and rays of sunlight broke through the clouds, casting a warm glow ahead.
我懂了。
Standing beside the car window was another version of herself, identical in every what except for a faintly different smile. Doppelganger raised a hand in a casual wave. Same
Hello?
moment, Paleon, which had been lying still moments before, bristled with tension, its unique organs primed and ready.
丹霍，你认识他？
你道谢的机会来了，让他上车吧。
What? Lyu Xuan took a deep
Let it
breath.
in.
Steeling
Let
herself
that
as
sink
she
in.
unlocked the door to allow this strange doppelganger to get in the
你
car.
是什么东西？
Oh!
God, we're hot.
That explains where the screenshot came from.
I feel like we haven't appreciated recently enough how hot Lyu Xuan is.
Real. Oh.
Really good smile.
Oh, thunder.
请称呼我为怪怪四邪。
Oh, that's what the morph part, where the morph part comes in.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just finding it a little. The nameplate cuts off. So she is now.
Yeah.
So it is now Terramorp.
Oh, sorry.
Whoa. Stranger's voice lingered in
Terramorp.
the air as Lyu Xuan blinked, waiting for further explanation. Her right hand was already resting on the pistol concealed beneath her coat, ready for
你
action.
如我听闻的那样果敢冷静，但又像迷失于海面的受难者，把一点水花也当作巨浪冲天。如果我是你用枪弹就能杀死的敌人，如果我是要用阴谋诡计陷害你的恶魔，又怎会以如此显而易见的异常来到你面前？
As in me? The creature's speech was
Because self-cest is
unsettling.
awesome.
Yeah. Especially when I'm looking this hot and smug. Its tone carrying an odd rhythm like fragments of a poem poorly translated from some alien language. Though its words were intelligible, there was an uncanny quality that made them feel off. Lyu Xuan shifted her gaze suddenly towards Paleon. Despite the tension in the car, its posture had relaxed. Its head-mounted organs were still extended, but its body sprawled lazily across the seat, tail twitching in a languid stretch.
Okay, we're chill.
Worried about Mom, but chill.
就直接说清楚你的身份。
I am Terramorp.
有你这般机敏，应该已明了我的真身。只是你被怯懦蒙蔽，才要我为你挑明事实。但不用担心，我会满足你。
Okay. As Terramorph spoke, its form began to unravel. The doppelganger's body shredded like unwinding ribbons, spiraling away into nothingness. The figure that had once mirrored her appearance was now swathed in white fur, shape-shifting into another Paleon.
我自人类觉醒自身为具体存在，而非依附后诞生。在人性的探索与发现中成长，最终拥有千万种自我认同，拥
Oh.
有千万种自我价值。
Whoa.
Ooh.
Terramorph revealed another
That-
transformation. This time, the figure's skin shed its monstrous texture, revealing a human-like figure clad in a sleek black outfit with long black and silver hair. Whoa. Okay. Face assembled. Its clear eyes and slight smile carrying a calm intensity.
我是放肆行走。
No more Hellraiser cosplay.
Thank you.
绿璇，称呼我为怪怪四行吧。
I will call you Terramorp. I like this form though. Once it's fully assembled. Not the part-way ribbon for that was concerning. Lyu Xuan hesitated, unsure if Terramorp's appearance was merely a facade concealing its true intention. She opted to remain cautious, concealing the real purpose of her visit. It had saved her life the previous night, and that alone warranted some trust. Slowly, she loosened her grip on the gun.
谢谢你昨晚帮了我，但你不是
I wonder whose form it was taking when it
想让我
was
手里的数字做
that
调整。
perfumed entity.
Oh, yeah.
It's not Terramorp's natural body scent, is it?
Uncertain. Let's sniff Paleon to confirm. So theoretically, Paleon is its natural form. It just evolved into shapeshifting. of my number.
或许不需要。尽管你手中的是空前绝后的财富，也是能逆转遗憾的神奇灵魂。
What does this mean?
但路程有隔绝两个世界的大门，在近日，它终于将开启。我也为此而时隔数年回到这里。
Terramorph leaned forward, extending its hand along the muzzle of Lyu Xuan's gun until it brushed her index finger, resting on the trigger.
那是能改变已有的一切，远比你还要迷人的珍宝。
Mean. Its cryptic words hinted at a deeper knowledge of the number and the mysterious gate. Lyu Xuan kept mental notes of everything it said, hoping to unravel more through further investigation into this morphling and west
我
flowing.
不知道你在说什么，先讲清楚你来找我的目的。
只是拜访刘希后，他主动提起了你，被好奇指引着前来。此后我会在这座城等待开门之日，自然也愿关心拥有如此纠葛于一身的你，会有怎样的命运？
简单来说，就是来看热闹的吧。
Lyu Xuan
I mean, so
thought
are we.
bitterly. Yeah. Yet if West Flowing had shared her name, and Terramorph was capable of normal communication and establishing alliances, then its ability to morph at will might prove useful in the future. A solid ally to have?
明白你的意思，但你肯定也知道，我还有很多问题要解决。想说正事的话，以后再说。
我明白。等到尘埃落定，我会来见你。如果需要我的帮助，我也会适时出现在你面前。
Handy of you?
那别的话题不谈，至少得先知道昨天晚上怪怪自行做了什么。你昨天是怎么带我回来的？
自然是用我独一无二的本领，化为急诊深夜登岛的医师。
Oh.
吕璇，是否有某个地方与你家的布局分毫不差？
什么意思？
我对这里很熟悉，可我理应未曾来过。
Oh.
昨夜我
They
那
should
样
root
自然
from
地跨过
it
玄
too.
关，不花分秒去思考你的房间是否在2楼，也无需思考眼前的2扇门何处是你的卧室。
Are you our grown-up dog? Terramorph's words carried a note of genuine confusion, an expression Lyu Xuan had not expected from such an enigmatic entity. Seeing it unsettled somewhat felt unnervingly out of place.
可能小区里有装修跟我类似的房子，但
Landed with air quotes. And maybe it would have to be air quotes considering it was in the middle of a typhoon. Unless it... A sharp pain flared in her palm, cutting through her thoughts short. She clenched her teeth, trying to endure the sudden agony.
Eyeballs biting us
不
again.
能彻底解释你的感受。
Mean to us, huh?
但这些疑问就留给我吧。你还有一团要急着扑灭的火呢。
Who did you morph into last night? Suddenly the scent of the bouquet from last night resurfaced in Lyu Xuan's mind, prompting her to
昨
ask.
天晚上你变身成谁了？我没看清脸，但香水味挺特别的。
Terramorph let out a laugh, soft but genuine, as though the memory brought it joy.
我对那股芬芳与你同感，因此才选择与他同住吧。
红
What?
哦，你变成其他人的模样，然后再找合适的地方住，对吧？
They were roommates?
Oh. Terramorph nodded again, its smile shifting, now carrying a warmth that felt more personal.
那可是位有趣又可爱的医生。
Oh.
好吧，那我就不打探了。
How did Paleon
你
react?
昨天用了我的钥匙开门吧？小白有什么反应吗？
如看门犬般迎上来，才对你嗅来探去。
Oh, good dog. Terramorph's
Partner.
answer was nonchalant, offering no further details.
他有时候对我受伤会表现得很紧张，有时又没什么反应。
或许需要你多摸摸他的肚子。
Ah, more pets. That sounds like someone who wants their belly rubbed more. Lyu Xuan glanced at Paleon, lounging lazily on the passenger seat, and shook her head with a faint smirk. Well, reached destination. Moments later, she pulled the car to a stop in front of the shop. Cinnabar opened the door, stepping out, and Terramore followed suit behind Cinnabar. In the rearview mirror, she saw Cinnabar and Terramore watching as she drove away. Need to find Lyu Xuan. Hey! Lyu Xuan held Paleon by the waist, steadying it as it struggled to walk upright. Together they slowly made their way into the laboratory.
It's so cute in the Little Red Riding Hood.
Yeah! This array inside struck her. The lab was even more chaotic than the day before. Papers scattered across the floor, and only a few dim lights flickered overhead. Lyu Xuan lay on the sofa, a cigarette hanging lazily from her lips, exhaling in irregular breaths.
你这很危险，烟灰掉下来容易着火。
Looks like she's about to sell you something, yeah. Lyu Xuan chuckled, reaching to tap the cigarette over an ashtray on the floor. She exhaled a thin plume of smoke before
原来
responding.
你真正的工作是消防员啊，难怪你长得就像很会灭火的样子。
Yeah, that's a way to put it.
Yeah. Though she joked, Lyu Xuan stood, snuffed out the cigarette, and leaned back against the sofa. Her eyes then drifted toward Paleon.
他就是你说的小怪物吧？看轮廓跟人还挺像。不过我现在没什么心情帮你研究，我这里的项目出了点问题，得先想想去哪儿找工作了。
Fair.
Is it because your working power has suddenly been halved?
Fair. Lyu Xuan resisted the urge to remark that the chaos might be due to the escaped eyeball creature. She decided this wasn't the right moment to confront her.
你们研究的抹香鲸出问题了。
是啊，有点麻烦。任教授为了善后，到现在都还没回来呢。
Dealing with it. Quote unquote.
难道陆文书？不，他肯定知道教授变成了什么东西。先试探看看。陆文书，我们已经约定好了，你先把他的事情搞清楚，再去想别的。
别这么逼一个失业的。
What's it doing?
他认识。
The conversation halted abruptly as Paleon, crawling on the ground, accidentally snagged its hood on the corner of the table. The hood slid off and Paleon extended its long, unused tongue, twisting it awkwardly a few times.
It's like it's yawning.
Yeah. Lyu Xuan immediately stood, her legs trembling as though resisting an invisible force. She wobbled slightly but couldn't help inching closer to Paleon, her eyes wide with a mix of fear and fascination.
You gotta ask before you pet the dog.
他是什么东西？
Yeah.
你忘了我为什么要来见你吗？
You wanted to know what it was? Lyu Xuan paced back and forth beside Paleon, her gaze darting across its form as if afraid to miss a single detail. She muttered to herself, her curiosity palpable. I am now in the mood to research.
大脑的位置在哪儿？头顶的器官只是用来咀嚼的，上半身的肌肉量和下半身差距太大。
After a moment, she turned it back to Lyu Xuan, her eyes alight with fascination.
的确很特别，和我想象中的样子完全不同。你是在哪儿，在什么时候碰到他的？
Before waiting for a reply, Lyu Xuan squatted down beside Paleon, her curiosity bubbling over. Extended a cautious hand toward its fur, clearly itching to touch it.
27号的晚上，在哪儿碰到就不重要了，反正是他找上我的。
27号。
Lyu Xuan paused, glancing briefly at Lyu Xuan before quickly refocusing on Paleon. She combed her messy bangs with a distracted hand, confusion flickering across her face.
再推他几步试试吧。你刚才说项目出问题了，那还能用这些设备吗？
Lyu Xuan stood, resting her hand on her knees. She gazed straight ahead, ostensibly at the lab equipment, though Lyu Xuan recognized the telltale signs of someone avoiding eye contact.
原本的计划是项目结束之后就还回去，但陆大那儿现在还用不着，我就跟上面的人谈谈，应该还能用好一阵子。
教授呢？你们能拿这么好的条件，肯定不是靠你的面子吧？他同意吗？
同意。
Of course he does. His response came quickly, too quickly. The speed and certainty in her tone were enough to rouse Lyu Xuan's suspicion.
他现在也没空管我了，估计忙着找新的项目做呢。不然我跟那老头可就要饿死了。
If you need a place to stay, come on over. Lyu Xuan didn't respond immediately. She pretended to mull it over, then sank into the sofa. A faint smell of cigarette smoke lingered in the air. Meanwhile, Paleon wandered the lab, exploring every corner before tiring of it. The soft leaf landed in Lyu Xuan's lap, curling up contentedly. Lyu Xuan absent-mindedly stroked its fur, her fingers tracing the smooth texture.
现在既然为了达成合作需要用到这些设备，那就要保证我不会因为这设备惹上什么麻烦。所以，我必须知道，原先要使用这些设备的项目是为什么终止了。我可不希望陆城大学找上门的时候，发现这还跟我有关系呢。说不定还会叫来警察呢。
这有警察什么事儿？只是我们自己实验室的问题而已。
Takes off her glove, shows the eyeball in her hand.
你应该知道我在担心什么，所以不用遮遮掩掩，直接。
Lyu Xuan frowned, her gaze cautious. She'd begun to see Lyu Xuan, who had tamed the white-haired creature, as someone to fear. There was a dissonance between the sharpness in her voice and the calm neutrality of her expression that unsettled Lyu Xuan.
项目出问题和水族馆丢眼球只是凑巧碰到一起，我们没偷那颗眼球，不会有人因为这个找上门。
Are you sure about that?
差不多了吧？我说的这么模糊，他还是立刻确信我谈论的是眼球，是吗？我觉得你们真正的研究对象不是冬眠的抹香鲸，而是他的眼球。
你只是凭感觉瞎猜吧。
Lyu Xuan slid her hand under Paleon's neck, where the dense, short fur was irresistibly soft.
陆文书，你觉得它是符合现有科学认知的生物吗？在它之前，你见过超出你认知的生物吗？你知道昨晚有被巨型眼球寄生的人类在雨中奔跑吗？
Lyu Xuan froze, her body tensing. She turned to face Lyu Xuan, placing a hand on the table for support. Her lips parted as if to speak, but she hesitated, overwhelmed by too many unanswered questions. Meanwhile, Lyu Xuan had already formulated her next move, ready to steer the conversation exactly where she wanted it to go.
陆文书，告诉我，你们究竟在做什么实验？
Lyu Xuan closed her eyes and let out a long, heavy sigh, her exhaustion written all over her face.
先让我抽根烟吧。
Lyu Xuan nodded, recognizing that Lyu Xu's request signaled she had started to calm down. Putting a cigarette from her pocket, Lyu Xuan slid a swivel chair up under the table, sat down with her legs crossed, and lit the cigarette.
冬眠的抹香鲸啊，我自己说的时候都要忍着不笑。
Ah, so it was a bunch of bunk. She chuckled despite herself, taking a drag on her cigarette. It still could have been true with the eyeballs causing some fucked up shit, but it
Yeah, it might have been something that the parasite did to,
its
I
host.
don't know, conserve its energy?
Possible, yeah. Like, they very clearly don't know how to whale, and they very clearly don't know how to human. So, it's highly possible they just shoinked its eyeball and just practiced swimming for a bit and got tired and said, here's a nice off switch. Chuckled to her despite herself, taking a drag on a cigarette.
首先，你说的那个被眼球寄生的人类，应该就是老头没错。你看到他的时候是个什么情况？
他想袭击我，但是被我丢到海里去了。
I popped it
说
first.
真的，你到底是干什么的？
She rested her cigarette hand against her mouth, suppressing a grin as her eyes glimmered with intrigue.
我们这儿的眼球被冷冻过，没什么活力，需要宿主才能行动。
Multiples?
在抹香鲸上那颗眼球还能靠着自己爬来爬去的，被我们冷冻起来的这颗，靠自己可真是走不动路了。
等等，你的意思是，眼球其实不需要宿主也能自由行动？难怪当时觉得标本的眼睛做的那么直，原来还活着。
是啊，哪怕是我们已知的寄生生物里，也有很多可以自行活动吧。
After finishing her cigarette, Lyu Xuan extinguished it with deliberate slowness. Her statement carried more weight than she realized. It was a tacit admission that she had encountered other supernatural beings.
虽然好像撒了很多谎， 但刚才说你的宠物很特别，是实话。我看
Yeah, we
你也
could
像
tell
是
from
一
your
百战
entire
子
expression.
了解它的特别之处吧。
我前几天才第一次碰到这种怪物，还不太了解。
Lyu Xuan blinked, visibly startled by this admission. She stared at Lyu Xuan with wide eyes before leaning back in her chair. Tilting her head up, she blew a plume of smoke toward the ceiling, her mind clearly turning over this new revelation. She also very clearly recognizes our face.
那你还真了不起。一般人接触到这些怪东西时，都会因为平日熟知的科学道理被颠覆，而疯上好一阵子吧。
你看起来也很正常，没你说的那么夸张吧？
我最开始也很紧张，怕自己的脑子出了什么问题。但随着知识不断积累，我越来越明白，科学与非科学间不存在明确界限，也能逐渐理解这些独立于寻常生活之外的意象。据我所知，越是深入研究自然科学的人，越是能接受超自然的理论。
I gotta recruit her to LobCorp.
陆上大学知道你们研究的是寄生眼球，
She'd fit in so well.
Only good things happen to employees of LobCorp.
Real. Well, I was gonna say, just throw her anywhere in the city, and a place she could research, and she will have fun.
那倒没
So
有。
many companies would
但是
headhunt
被
her
你骗了
Real.
in various ways.
Real. God, very literally an H Corp. If your head survives, your life insurance can bring you back to life. Hearing this, Lyu Xuan felt a wave of satisfaction. Lyu Xuan seemed to have dropped her guard. Now they could finally move on to the real issue, how to deal with the eyeball embedded in her
这么
palm.
说来，一共有2颗寄生眼球，为什么你们只拿1颗？抹香鲸标本上只有1颗眼睛，少的另外那颗，就是原本被你们冰冻的眼球吧？
吕璇，没这么简单。
Oh?
从一开始就是有2条鲸鱼，这才是我们来这里的真实目的。
2 whales.
但事到如今也不重要了，从抹香鲸标本上跑出去的那颗，找起来有点困难。寄生过老头的那颗倒是有机会，毕竟那身体估计不够他吃的，还要再找宿主。
We threw it into the ocean.
Yeah, we kind of popped it. Lyu Xuan's gloved hand tightened slightly, her fingers bristling the black hole hidden in her palm.
你刚才说他被你丢进海里，那说不定他正寄生在什么大型鱼类上，到处捕猎呢。
如果找到被寄生的宿主，你有办法把眼球弄下来吗？
Like, we very clearly did pop it, right? I'm not misremembering that. Lyu Xuan stubbed out her cigarette in the ashtray. Okay, yeah, she is leaning the conversation in the direction of "Get this out of my hand." She leaned her
It's
chin on
really,
one
really
hand.
gross. Take it out.
Yes, I hate it. It's draining my bank account, and which is also draining me. She leaned her chin on one hand, her demeanor much more composed than earlier.
那当然，最开始就是我们把眼球从他的身体上弄出来，然后再丢进冰库里的。
It stayed there just fine. Good. Lyu Xuan had been waiting for this confirmation. Calmly, she removed her gloves, revealing the black hole embedded in her palm, the faint outline of the eyeball shifting unnervingly within it. Oh, hey, we're back.
什么？这眼球寄生？不可能啊！你怎么可能又提供它？
We're full of surprises today. Shot to her feet in a panic, the chair clattering as if it fell back. Her gaze flicked between Lyu Xuan's hand and Paleon like a spectator caught in a high-stakes tennis match. She has seen some shit, but we are shit beyond her wildest imagination.
吕璇，
Her voice trembled, thick with disbelief. Her expression and jerky movements made her look as if she'd just seen a ghost. The eyeball in Lyu Xuan's palm shifted and emitted wet, sloshing noises. Oh, I hate it. An eerie contrast to the tension in the room. Lyu Xuan, however, remained unfazed.
你拿他没办法吗？
Have we tried, like, just getting in there with a pair of chopsticks?
Yeah. Clear eyes. Wow.
不是，我只是
Cut herself off, hesitating, then sighed and dragged her chair upright. Slumping into it, she looked defeated.
那接着说吧，有2个方法可以把眼球弄出来。第一是杀死他，第二是让他和另一颗眼球碰面。
第一种我明白，第二个是什么意思？
记得我刚才说，从一开始就有2条金鱼吧？它们是异时空同位，是不能存在于同一个时空，否则2者都会死亡的生物。
Same dimension, different points in time. They can't coexist in the same space. If they do, they'll destroy each other.
Like doppelgangers.
Yeah. We're coming full circle. Oh, hey, Ed, did you see the eyeball hand? We hate it.
But where does Sakura on factor into this?
Real.
而他们身上的眼球，一颗被我们带了回来，另一颗则留在抹香鲸的尸体上，被官方人员先一步收走，做成标本。
So each whale had one parasitized eye. One eye creature. Or, since they're from different points in time, they're the same eyeball creature? The whales at this point are pretty much an afterthought. The whales have giant eyeball parasites in them, Ed. It's terrible.
The whales are the victims.
Yeah. And they're also... They also somehow washed up in the same island from different points in time? Curious, but...
异时空什么东西的先不管，当做一个词句记就好。这么说来，眼球不止寄生在金鱼身上，还成为了金鱼的一部分。
对，无论如何，它都需要有完整的身体才能生存下去。现在抹香鲸标本已经不能使用了，只能用另一条鱼的身体。我们把另一条鲸叫做流光真瑶，它长得跟我们这里的抹香鲸不太一样。
Glowing ray.
总之，由于是异时空同位体，所以流光真瑶的身体对于你手中的眼球来说也是本体。如果找到它，2颗眼球寄生在同一具身体上，它就会变得完整。
Interesting. She nodded to herself, mentally organizing all this
一
information.
开始就有2条鱼，2颗眼球，一颗在标本那儿，一颗原本在你们这儿。因为抹香鲸标本已经用不了了，只能让2颗眼球都去流光真瑶的身体上。
是的，不过从标本跑掉的那颗不太好找，我猜它会循着本能去找原本的身体，说不定已经找到了。我们当初取下眼球之后，就把尸体留在海里了。虽然可能被海流推动，或者被抹香鲸的那颗眼球找到之后有所动作，但大概的位置还是能确定的。
大概明白了。那如果我不想这么麻烦，想选择直接杀死这颗眼球该怎么做？拿刀插进手心里，可以吗？
倒是也可以，但它挣扎起来肯定会要了你的命。有更稳妥的方式。
Safer way? Paleon, bored with the conversation, leapt off Lyu Xuan's lap and began exploring the lab, its tail swaying as it crawled across the floor.
I forgot it was on our lap.
Yeah. Attention momentarily shifted, captivated by Paleon's
把
movements.
眼球搞定之后，你有的是时间看的。
你说的对，要杀死眼球，可以利用我刚提到的那点，让异时空同位体相互碰面。
Two Altiverse counterparts entered the same dimension. Now destroy
这
both
2
of
颗
them.
眼球如今生命力已经十分微弱，再来一次肯定能杀死它们。眼球作为寄生生物的本能，是想要回到宿主的身体里接着活下去。现在它是在吸收你的养分，等待时机。你只要带它到抹香鲸标本那里，它就会自己出来了。
你确定吗？对他来说，离开我的身体回到已经死去的肉体更危险吧？
别太高估他们的智商了。尤其你看这只眼球，像是有成熟大脑的样子吗？就跟被切下来的鱼头还能活动一样，单纯是靠神经反射罢了。他们能找到你，也只是因为你是一块行走的肥肉而已，没问题的。
没问题的。Hearing this, Lyu Xuan formed a plan in her mind.
保证能成功。
I trust you because you're hot.
你想帮他找到流光正瑶的身体。
I don't trust you, but I entrust my body to you.
也能达到让他离开
There we
你
go.
身体的目的。
That is the way. Body of the glowing ray.
你做决定吧。
Oh boy.
Oh,
This is interesting.
this sounds like it could be important.
Yeah. So we go to the dead whale. It jumps out, we kill it. Glowing ray. Part of me wants to know what the heck this glowing ray is, but...
Yeah.
Alright. Let's go meet glowing ray.
既然可以不杀死眼球，
Oh,
那
it's
就
still
试试让
draining.
它恢复身体吧。
好，很懂得爱惜动物嘛。不过你撑得住吗？被寄生之后感觉很难受吧？
Lyu Xuan was about to agree, but then she noticed something strange. Physical condition improved rapidly. The number embedded in her palm had stopped changing.
怎么回事？
Oh! Eyelid in her palm seemed to glance at her, its eerie gaze holding hers for a moment before it slowly sank into the darkness, as though it had closed its eyes.
我能感觉到眼球还在手心里，但它不再从我身体里吸取数字了。
It knows we want to help? Is this a good decision?
很难受吗？怎么不说话？
Would it have started to kill us faster if we said out loud we were wanting to kill it?
没事，继续说吧。
Lyu Xuan frowned and reached out, gently rubbing Lyu Xuan's wrist, her touch light but probing.
真没事儿。那我们先假设水族馆的眼球找到了流光正瑶的尸体，那么对他来说，当务之急是补充养分。估计正趴在海底吃鱼呢。先找找我和老头丢弃流光正瑶尸体的地方吧。
行，那有什么事要我做的吗？
你就在这里好好休息吧，我要去准备一下潜水用具和快艇。这台风天的还不太好借呢。
Diving gear, diving arc. Lyu Xuan nodded but felt oddly rejuvenated. The idea of resting didn't seem necessary. Instead, she began to consider taking Paleon for a wander around Violet Island. Thanks to typhoon, hardly anyone will be out and about.
那我出发之前还有什么想问的吗？如果想休息一会儿，等之后再聊也可以，你决定。
Anything else you want to ask? Oh yeah, tell me about this funky stuff.
你说的异时空
What is an
同位体是什么
multiverse?
Yeah.
听起来和电影里常见的平行宇宙之类的有关系。
简单来说，就是不同时空里的同一个生物，但现实可不像电影里那么随便，想来就来，想走就走。
Oh really?
时空之间的壁垒非常牢固，这回算是撞上了。
God. Ooh.
你这一句撞上了，等于什么都没说。如果壁垒很牢固的话，就不应该有所谓异时空同位体出现吧？
万事都有意外嘛。
Lyu Xuan shrugged, her tone almost playful. Lyu Xuan found herself wondering what her own Ultiverse counterpart would be like if such a collision ever occurred.
刚才着急问怎么解决眼球，还不太了解金鱼到底发生了什么。现在仔细说说吧。
好啊，我都找不到人聊这些东西，对着那个老头，我也懒得聊工作以外的事儿。
Yeah.
首先，海底世界那只抹香鲸标本是属于我们这个世界的。
Okay. So the
这个时
ordinary
候，作为
whale.
抹香鲸异时空同位体的流光真瑶也来到了秦屿附近的海域，当即导致两者濒临死亡。抹香鲸搁浅，流光真瑶的身体被撕裂。
Her whale became stranded, glowing way's body was torn
但
apart.
我们不想放难得一见的异时空同位体就这么死去， 于是就把流光真瑶的2颗眼球取出来，一颗丢入海中，另一颗被我们冷冻带走。
We extracted its eyeballs and just threw one of them away.
接着，流光真瑶的骨架被海流卷走，我们以为丢进海里的眼球也会跟过去，但现在看来，当时它已经没力气动弹了吧？后来才不知怎么的爬进了抹香鲸标本里，毕竟对它来说，那和原本的身体无异。
啊，
这样
okay.
就算只剩1条流光真瑶了。
准确的说是0.5加0.5，半只抹香鲸加半只流光真瑶。
What does this mean? Lyu Xuan spoke with quick, excited energy. Lyu Xuan couldn't help but notice that she seemed to be withholding some crucial details. Did they dimensional self-cest? Still, Lyu Xuan. Still, Lyu Xuan's fascination with Ultiverse counterpart was unmistakable.
有很多点我还不太明白，比如同位体的定义，比如同位体即使相遇也不是立刻死亡，那就有让他们都存活下去的可能性。不过他们毕竟跟我没关系，我更想知道你们是怎么发现流光真瑶的，不是碰巧看到而已吧？
这就是我们的商业机密了，但是相信我，
Commercial secret.
不会害你的。
Why were you studying the eyeball?
原本我以为是鹿城大学提供资金和设备让你们研究眼球，看来并不是。
他们是被我们骗了。其实是有些委托人想了解超自然生物，而我跟老头在这方面有些心得。
所以，关于流光真瑶的情报，是委托人告诉你们的。
Imagine if she was our Ultiverse counterpart.
这是商业机密，别打话。
Self-cest is awesome.
Yeah. Lyu Xuan nodded in understanding. Compared to her competitors in the business world, Lyu Xuan seemed like an ordinary scientist with an unusually niche research focus. Despite her guardedness, Lyu Xuan had revealed plenty of details during their conversation.
但这次研究做不下去了吧？委托人不会找你麻烦吗？
没事，我就和他说老头死了，研究无法继续。还好合同里写着定金是无条件给，不然我可没钱退给他们。
难道超自然的东西在暗地里已经能形成产业链了？
Huh.
那倒不至于，但确实已经有不少资金流进到这些项目里了。但距离成为一个产业还早得很，除非发生什么事情，让全世界人都明白超自然事物无处不在吧。
If startlingly close to the American reaction, which would be, how can we apply capitalism to this?
那委托你的人是什么目的？冲着眼球来的？
倒也不是，他希望我们能从眼球上研究出更多关于异时空同位体的情报。至于他具体想要做什么，我们也不知道。
原来如此，那他和教授应该有什么办法能主动找到超自然生物，甚至直接定位到异时空同位体吧。
So Ultiverse.
你去找
You
船
have
吧，
this to worry about
我没什
now.
么想问的。
No more questions. Lyu Xuan stood up and stretched her body slightly, loosening her muscles.
那我先走了，实验室的钥匙就在门口，你随意吧。
Lyu Xuan waved her farewell, hand in farewell as Lyu Xuan exited. Get the boat, we're going diving. Lyu Xuan sat on the steps by the shore, watching as dark clouds gradually consumed the remaining white ones. Thick fog began to roll over the sea. Oh no, typhoon round
这不
two.
真是出海的好日
Oh
子。
god.
She lit a cigarette, but her mood soured. Wasn't worried about how the eyeball incident would end. After all, the worst-case scenario was simply going to the sperm whale museum and destroying the eyeball. Real problem lay in what to do after that. Studying Paleon was certainly something she wanted to do. Staying with Lyu Xuan for an extended period was her main purpose. Originally, she had planned to leave Egret City and get away from Lyu Xuan as quickly as possible. After seeing the black hole in Lyu Xuan's palm, she realized something significant had happened to her.
陆文书，
Many significant things have happened to us, actually.
Yeah.
东西都准备好了，那就上船吧。
等我抽完这根烟，缓缓被你吓到的小心脏吧。
She's so cool.
Oh, this is a fancy car.
Oh, yeah.
Speedboat. Oh.
Lyu Xuan and Lyu Xuan boarded the speedboat and swayed slightly on the sea. A large plastic box sat on the boat. The dark clouds seemed to shrink and huddle together as if afraid of the swaying shadow of the speedboat. They thickened until they blocked out the sun, and soon heavy rain began to pour.
这是我之前坐的那条船吧？
是啊，我给船主打点钱就借来了，没外人在比较好做事儿。
Fair. Especially in this situation. Paleon smoothly slipped between the two and leaped to the bow, using the sea breeze and rain to groom the fur on its abdomen, looking like a living figurehead. Lyu Xuan stepped onto the boat, settled in the driver's seat, turned the key, pressed the switch on the handle, and then turned around to ensure that the nose of the engine was lowered parallel to the sea.
这附近的海域不深吧？
我预计要下到25米左右吧。你有这个深度的经验吗？
Oh, my dog. Cute, it's a cute emote.
没问题，很熟练了。
I don't know how deep 25 meters is.
But Lyu Xuan does.
这回坐的可不是游轮。
I trust her.
This time it's not a cruise ship. Inside the box was a diving suit, a full face mask, and a ground station communicator. Lyu Xuan noticed the label on the diving suit and saw that it was a 7mm suit.
一会儿你下水，我在船上跟你保持通讯。
Lyu Xuan picked up the black full face mask from the box, fingers brushing the breathing valve fixed on the right side of the mask. There's a logo on it, 3 letters with a downward arrow. From the brand, she knew that the full face mask with the communicator was likely worth more than 15,000 in the local market.
你
Damn,
经常潜水？
she knows her stuff.
考研究嘛，
He shifted their gear into forward, then pushed the throttle on the side of the joystick. The speedboat emitted a low engine sound, and the hull vibrated. Paleon, sensing the speedboat was about to set off, immediately jumped back into the cabin, sending a spray of rainwater everywhere. Sploosh. I hope Paleon just shakes and sends water everywhere, like Shaggy Dog style. Lyu Xuan turned the diving suit inside out and tugged at the sleeves, joints, and other parts to stretch the suit and awaken its elasticity. Then she soaked it in the seawater, thinking it would be difficult to put on otherwise.
我让水文局以台风天为基准，测算了丢弃流光正阳的那片海域，发现有几个点的数据跟平时相比有比较明显的变化，都在晴雨附近。一会儿我在船上给你指示方向，你先去那几个地方看看吧。
All right. Lyu Xuan nodded and then began putting on the diving suit. Figured it would be better to get everything ready before diving down. The boat gradually slowed, and Paleon took the opportunity to sneak to the bow, squatting there, bent over, almost dipping its face into the water.
你说
Slurp
小白会游泳吗？
Slurp. Let him slurp.
我说了算吗？
Ooh, diving spray.
说不定你一声令下，他就跳进水里了。
不知道。你让他待在这里吧。
Just in case. Lyu Xuan chuckled and put the speedboat into neutral, stood up, and began setting up the ground station for communications. Lyu Xuan moved out with the awning, carrying her diving equipment. He saw the dark gray sea growing more restless.
风雨越来越大了，这样其他船也不会出海，我们可以慢慢来。
Lyu Xuan nodded in agreement. She sat on the side of the boat, checked the oxygen tank and the full face mask were securely connected, then put on the mask. That's another line that feels like it's I cut off suddenly. Is that
That the full face mask was securely connected to the oxygen tank first?
风雨越来越大了，这样其他船也不会出海，我们可以慢慢来。
that's the second line that feels like it's just straight up voiced narration.
Oh, huh.
I don't know what to make of that. Like, is this dialogue that didn't make it in? And even here, it feels like she nodded in agreement to something. What's that mean? Don't know. Sat on the side of the boat, checked the oxygen tank, the full face mask was securely connected, then put on the
我
mask.
这边也准备
Alright.
好了， 你先稍微潜下水，我试一下通讯。
Lyu Xuan gave a thumbs up, held the mask in the back of her head with her hands, and fell backwards into the water in a smooth roll. She's done this before. After the gurgling sound of the bubbles, the only sound left in Lyu Xuan's ears was her own slightly heavy breathing. Just a slight variation of this. Lyu Xuan noticed that the searchlight wasn't functioning properly, only illuminating a small area in front of her. She tried turning the switch a few times, but the brightness didn't change. As large fish were rare in this area, and no ships would travel through the dense fog, Lyu Xuan judged that there was no immediate concern. Reached out and switched on the communication system located on the lower right side of the full face mask. At the same time, Lu Wenshu threw the sensor cable into the water. With this, Lu Wenshu should be able to communicate with Lyu Xuan from the boat. Lyu Xuan waited quietly, but the only sound around her was her breathing. Lu Wenshu's voice was nowhere to be heard. Perhaps the darkness and silence stretched time, but Lyu Xuan felt as though she'd been waiting for a long time without hearing anything from Lu Wenshu. She was panicking, but a sense of unease gnawed at her, making her feel the urge to surface and check the situation.
是因为我不信任他吗？还是因为我看不到小白？
喂，听得见吗？
Hey! Lu Wenshu's voice, distorted by the radio waves, was unusually clear underwater. Lyu Xuan calmed down a little and responded.
很清楚，告诉我方向吧。
没问题，你先下到海底，海面现在风浪很大。
明白。
Lyu Xuan began to dive slowly. The depth she was heading toward wasn't too deep. She could take her time. Recalled her previous dive, where she used the CCR provided by the agency. It had taken her quite a bit of effort to learn how to operate the device, which was as complex as an astronaut's breathing pack.
啊，他跳下去了。
What?
谁？
She heard violent bubbling from behind. Turning her head, she saw a Paleon darting through the water like a torpedo, moving incredibly swiftly. It twisted its body and spun like a drill, quickly reaching her side, that floated around her, swinging its tail.
一会儿
It can swim!
又要费大力气了。没事，我看到他了，我继续下潜。
他游得怎么样？那身毛的密度和质感不太适合在水里活动吧？
是啊，我看他快翻着肚皮到海面去了。
Lu Wenshu chuckled, though her laugh sounded strangely eerie in the deep water. Alright, girl, let's go. A few minutes later, Lyu Xuan's searchlight illuminated a bumpy patch of sand where algae she couldn't name twisted their bodies weakly.
我到底了，接下来呢？
有3个地方要去，我会告诉你坐标，你来决定吧。
Oh.
Oh, fun!
Oh boy.
And also, we have learned about Terramorph.
Oh, finally.
Have we been in a cutscene that entire time?
I feels like it.
I didn't realize.
Oh, hey, Dead Python.
Oh, hi.
Forgot about you. Yeah? There they are. Terramorph exists in the space between.
Yeah, I really hadn't expected this sort of personality from Terramorph.
Yeah.
Enormous fan.
For to reason it drawn into the inexplicable, and her calm, confident smile comes from that very balance. That's all we really have. Oh, text. Text underwater. Explosion at Golden Apex Tower. Burning windows and startling nearby residents. Thankfully, no casualties were reported. Witnesses claimed to have seen a massive white object fall from the building moments before the blast. Oh, concerning. Residents are urged not to spread unverified rumors. Typhoon warning. Yep. No night gunshots, that was our opening incident. Jasper, how you doing? Nothing new to talk about. Bingshi. We haven't actually, probably because we haven't actually texted any of them yet. understandable. Alright. Okay, where are we? I guess we gotta explore all 3, but...
We can save that for next week.
Yeah, that seems like a good idea. We're at 3 hours here. Identified, reef, the sunken.
Whoa.
I was gonna say, we were thinking we were gonna resolve this quest yet, but we can save our deep dive for next week.
Yeah.
And we'll see who's around. Raid out to a while. Oh, it is 11:30. Good idea.
Then again, I am on my 3rd Diet Coke of the day, so actually I could keep going.
Yeah. All right, we can keep going a little bit.
Yeah!
The sunken. Lyu Xuan switched her dive computer to compass mode. She turned her body, aligning herself with the heading Lu Wenchu had provided, began moving toward the target.
前方有一艘沉没的生气船，它曾于1948年发生过翻船事故，导致上百人死亡，光是找到尸体的都有162人。
Oh, terrifying.
除此之外，
Oh, so the rest are still down there.
判死刑
Ah. 7 people were sentenced to death. Good God.
是和船只有关。
Like, in response to the boat?
不是那些上船抢劫，导致翻船事故发生的匪夷所思。
Ah, okay. As Lu Wenchu spoke, Lyu Xuan's searchlight revealed the ship's shadowy outline. A wave of unease swept over her, making her shiver, even inside her diving suit. The wreck leaned against the seabed, its sides and deck encrusted with seaweed, shells, and rusted railings. Despite its nearly 80 years underwater, the ship appeared oddly preserved, though the sea life covering it made it resemble other long-forgotten wrecks.
但这类翻船事故通常不会把船丢在原地不管，而是会打捞上岸，好把里面的尸体都找出来，让家属辨认了。
吕璇，到底有什么事是你不知道的？
I don't know what I don't know.
True. Lyu Xuan recognized the teasing tone and didn't answer. She knew that there was far more she didn't know, which is exactly why she found herself diving to the ocean floor. Paleon landed lightly on the ship's deck, its head tilted as the strange organs near its ears opened. Its wide mouth gaped, causing Lyu Xuan's heartbeat to quicken.
陆万叔，你接着说，这艘船后来怎么了？
别急，我知道这故事讲得不错。
Oh, side quest. Lyu Xuan approached the deck railing, pulling the diving knife from her waist. He swam along the wreck's edge while Paleon roamed nearby, maintaining a protective distance.
当年确实打算捞上来，但这艘船似乎特别不安分。打捞和拖行的过程中，船体经常莫名破损，导致船内的尸体掉入海中。
Oh.
Oh.
据说那段时间，路程的海岸线时不时就会有尸体被冲上来，吓得渔民都不敢出海。
Yeah, that would do it.
Understandably so.
Yeah. Lyu Xuan gazed up at the ship's chimney and cabin, then traced the hole extending before her. It didn't match Lu Wenchu's description of a shattered wreck.
那艘蒸汽船也因为被认为不吉利而被凿沉，但是故事到这里还没有结束。
Didn't end there. Without Lu Wenchu needing to elaborate, Lyu Xuan could imagine the difficulty of sinking such a large vessel in shallow coastal waters. Her curiosity led her upward toward the bridge. Paleon followed, its tail wagging as it swam alongside her. They reached the bridge and peered through the window.
不对劲，怎么玻璃还在？
事件同年，蒸汽船在距离路程40公里外的海域被凿沉。但是到了近代，路程建立了完备的水文监测系统后，发现这艘船居然往路程岛方向移动了数十公里。
Oh.
即便是船体早已支离破碎，但也很难想象能被海潮推移如此距离。
Lyu Xuan studied the bridge's interior and envisioned the chaos that must have unfolded during the incident. Her thoughts led her toward the stern, and she dived down to investigate.
既然水文局知道这个情况，他们有派人来调查过吗？
没有，我猜他们认为只是海浪推着残骸移动罢了。而且，就算并非如此，就算还有别的原因，对于他们来说也是不值得特意去调查的情况。只要不会对航行的船只产生影响就行。
Lyu Xuan thought of when she was lying in bed at night. She would occasionally hear unknown sounds coming from outside the window. Sometimes like a roar, sometimes high-pitched and sharp. She always thought it was the sound of a car or the wind. When situations like this occur, people will subconsciously guess a reasonable explanation because the facts don't matter and they don't believe that there are really any monsters or demons at work.
但现在不一样了。故事说完了吧？我绕了一圈也没看到你说的流光真瑶。
水文局的数据显示这里有明显的波动，我还以为是他跑到这儿来了。加上流光真瑶现在需要进食来恢复身体，但没有能力进行捕猎，所以我猜他会来这里吃沉船上大量的贝类和藻类。
Oh, like a whale fall.
Yeah. Lyu Xuan reached the ship's stern and noticed distinct traces of the seabed.
我想赶紧离开这里，告诉我下一个地方在哪。
She floated in the water, studying the massive drag marks extending from the stern into the distant darkness. In her mind's eye, she imagined the wreck stirring to life, the intact rudder at the bridge turning slowly, the shattered glass mending itself, the steam engine roaring awake. Cylinders would push pistons, turning crankshafts, and as if the steamship's journey wasn't over. Golden Age will return again. Reef? To the reef.
雨雪，你知道晴雨附近有白海豚吗？
Dolphins! A sudden comment startled Lyu Xuan, who was focused on the dive computer to maintain her direction.
我知道，这个深度有可能见到它们吧。
Her dive computer displayed a depth of 24 meters, right on the edge of the habitat range for white dolphins.
是的，这附近还算挺容易看到它们的，多多留意吧。
Show us, dolphin. With only the faint beam of her searchlight illuminating the darkness, spotting dolphins seemed nearly impossible. Lyu Xuan didn't respond and continued navigating the gentle slope ahead.
别说海豚了，你先告诉我目的地有什么情况。
按照水文局的记录，那附近应该是一大片珊瑚礁，有天然的，也有10多年前人工种植的。但那里毕竟是活跃航道，受人类活动影响，生长状态比较一般。
As Lu Enchu spoke, the seabed gradually gave way to sprawling coral reefs surrounding Lyu Xuan.
看起来长势挺好的。
是吗？应该是最近生态保护的成果吧。5月份的时候，就有好多人在晴雨附近看到白海豚。
Oh.
你是多喜欢白海豚？
Dolphin fan.
看，流光真瑶确实有可能就在珊瑚礁那儿。它现在需要大量食物来恢复身体，珊瑚礁里吃的东西可多了。
还以为他要说有白海豚给流光真瑶吃呢。
She tilted her head back, angling her searchlight upward. Paleon drifted lazily above her, framed by coral reefs several meters high. Ahead the
Paleon's
reefs...
having fun.
Yeah, having the time of its life. Ahead the reefs stretched endlessly, their formations creating an intricate maze of underwater passages like a labyrinth waiting to be explored.
我这里视线不太好，都被珊瑚礁挡住了，而且这里很狭窄。 恐怕容不下流光真瑶。
啊？怎么会被挡住？这里珊瑚礁的高度应该跟你身高差不多吧？
你说什么？这看上去已经有3、4米高了。
不会吧？你上浮看看。
Lyu Xuan glanced at her dive computer. The stark white numbers displayed a depth of 56 meters. Her heart skipped a beat.
陆文书，我的电脑表显示现在的深度是56米。
There was a sharp intake of breath over the communicator. Lyu Xuan knew immediately that something was wrong. This depth was double the average depth of these waters. She was certain she hadn't moved downward fast enough to explain the reading. She'd only been exploring among the seabed, and there was no indication of a sudden descent. Turning around, she spotted Paleon floating lazily nearby. Its side organs remained closed, signaling that it hadn't detected any danger.
电脑表是新的，而且它至少能承受100米深的水压。 这类设备的故障十分致命，所以没这么容易出问题。
是这片海有什么问题吗？
电脑表能监测水下信息有限，以防万一，你先上浮离开那里吧。
There. Lyu Xuan adjusted her direction, swimming upwards. Paleon immediately followed, staying close by as they ascended.
潜水的时候，还真是很需要一个同伴。
really does. Thank you, Paleon. She glanced down at the coral reef, hoping to glimpse its full expanse. But her searchlight couldn't penetrate the depths, and the overcast sky offered no help. Darkness swallowed everything below.
怎么样？
我现在是24米，感觉一切正常。
Normal, just like me.
For real, for real.
不过以防万一，你浮到水面上看看。
I'm really enjoying these underwater abnormalities we're finding.
Yeah.
Even if we haven't found Golden Ray yet. Lyu Xuan followed her
The world
advice.
is full of so many wonders.
Ray, increasing her ascent speed with safe limits. Soon faint light broke through the dark water above her. As she broke the surface, she instinctively closed her eyes, expecting the bright light. When she reopened them, the sky was still obscured by heavy clouds. No. Oh, raindrops and seawater coated her goggles. Wiping them clean, she saw the familiar outlines of Violin Island and Egret Island nearby. Nothing appeared out of place.
我出来了，一切正常。
的确，我也看到你了，跟我指示的方向一致。难道这海里有从未被发现的海沟？
或许吧，但如果是这样，不确定的要素就太多了。就算流光真瑶真躲到那里面去，以现在的状况，我也……
先在这附近有资料的地方看看吧。气瓶还够吗？
还够用，我会看情况提前上来的。
Just as she finished speaking, Paleon leapt out of the water in a graceful arc, then plunged back with a loud splash.
看来他是真的很喜欢玩水的。
It wants to be sea peoples. Mermaid arc. Kicking off the eerie thought, she checked her dive computer to confirm her direction marked by Lyu Xuan.
这里有一些像是废弃钢架的东西，个头很大，但我看不出来这是什么。
是钢架桥吗？不应该啊，晴雨有
oil
其
rig?
他的理由不修桥。
Oh, maybe.
看起来不太像。
Oops,
虽然
sorry.
很长，但结构和粗细不像是用来支撑桥体的。
She swam through the gaps in the massive iron frame, searching for any sign of the glowing ray. Paleon, ever playful, darted around like a kitten, moving between the frames and climbing their lengths.
不只是很长，应该说是长的夸张，几乎看不到尽头。
There's definitely some kind of metal framing there.
啊，我好像知道是什么了，但那也不可能出现在这种地方啊。
Oh?
直说吧，
Oh, whoa?
你知道自身是钻井平台吗？
Jacking it.
哦，那我明白了，的确是这样。
She recalled the design of a jack-up rig, a very creative invention as a drilling platform. Oh! A specialized vessel equipped with pile legs, a lifting mechanism, and a platform structure. Once deployed at sea, the hull rises above the water on the fixed pile legs, transforming into a stable platform. Good call.
也的确不可能出现在这里。
Looking closer, she realized these immense steel structures are indeed pile legs, designed to be part of the platform and not easily detached. By trace-based piles, I could find the ship that transported them. That's not why I'm here.
我没看到流光真瑶的踪迹。按你的说法，水文局没监测这里的钻井平台吗？
是的，所以我还觉得肯定是流光真瑶游到那里了，才产生的异常数据。
要这么说，数据异常是因为这钻井平台突然凭空出现了，那我可不能再待下去了。
快走吧，这么大个东西能莫名其妙的冒出来，想想都不太妙。
Lyu Xuan raised her hand, intending to signal Paleon to follow. Realizing how futile that was in the pitch-black seabed, she turned and began swimming away from the drilling platform. Paleon, however, didn't need a signal, and a flash had rushed to her side. A surge of water from its approach almost knocking her over.
唉，还是你最危险。
Oh,
You love Danger Zone.
Rhea. Lyu Xuan's dive computer vibrated slightly and the screen displayed a red outline. It was a reminder she had set in advance. An alert for her gas tank's reserves dropped to a certain level.
只剩下15分钟的量了，以防万一，先上船吧。陆文书，我准备上。
Oh no! Suddenly a strong impact hit Lyu Xuan, overwhelming her in the water. She was quickly carried backwards by the current. Uh-oh.
怎么了？什么声音？
She had no intention of guessing whether it was an earthquake or a typhoon causing the ocean currents. Sunken ship, steel piles and coral reefs she had just passed were all in this area. And if she hit any of them, it could be fatal.
先控制身体。
Alright, what are we gonna get jump scared by? She adjusted her balance, leveled her body, and flapped her fingers against the current. She soon realized this was a downwelling current. The average depth of 24 meters here, she would soon be carried to the sea floor. Oh, bad. At that point, she just needed to stay calm, hold on to a reef, and wait for the current to pass.
到这个深度，怎么会有如此强烈的下降流？小白呢？
There's Paleon.
Paleon was still effortlessly navigating the turbulent waters. It remained parallel to Lyu Xuan, and the distance between them was even shorter than before. It seemed to sense her tension. It turned over, came to her side, wrapped its tail around her waist, and led her forward. Oh, thank you. The combined force of the ocean current and Paleon's rapid swimming made Lyu Xuan worry that the full face mask might break. She raised her hand to shield it. Trying to call out to Paleon to take her to the surface was impossible amidst the raging waters.
雨璇，听得见吗？你怎么了？
Paleon swam faster and faster, but the ocean current continued to accelerate, far surpassing Paleon's speed. Oh, bad news. Lyu Xuan was dragged along with the current, surrounded by fish and seaweed swept away alongside her. Sand and rocks were caught up in the chaotic flow, swirling violently.
这么强烈的海流，海面上的陆文书好像没感受到。
Yeah, the most turbulent ones always are.
Yeah. She couldn't comprehend what was happening, but the current was undeniably growing stronger. There was no time to analyze. She swam with all her strength. Then, just as suddenly as it had begun, the current vanished without a warning. It felt surreal, like waking abruptly from a vivid dream. Golden Ray? Lyu Xuan lowered her head and scanned her surroundings. The area where the turbulent current had raged was now calm, revealing a bed of flat, undisturbed sand and rocks, as though nothing had ever happened.
没声音了，没事了吗？雨璇。
没事了，结束了。
Her curiosity about the strange current was quickly replaced by something even more astonishing. Search had deposited something unusual onto the seafloor. Oh, hi! Hate it! The light from her searchlight revealed an enormous, bizarre skeleton resembling a whale. However, it was unlike any whale she had ever seen. Hello, Golden Ray. The most striking feature was an enormous eyeball embedded at the center of the skull. It was held in place by fragments of muscles and optic nerves, reminiscent of the mythical Cyclops.
陆文书，我找到他了。
哦，是吗？怎么样？眼球也在？
在，但他看上去快死了。
Muscles attached on the eyeball are still growing. They fall off quickly. It looks like it's reached the limits of its regeneration. By those tentacle-like optic nerves, they're constantly probing the sand and rock, searching for small creatures to absorb. It's barely enough to sustain it, let alone restore it.
我该怎么做？
想办法让你手中的眼球出来，之后他们会自己搞定。
Paleon dropped to the seabed, moving as lightly as if it were walking on the moon. Trailed behind Lyu Xuan, slowly floating toward the glowing ray's skeleton. Lu Wenshu kept inquiring about the condition of the glowing ray, as though she was more eager to locate it than anything else. In that moment, Lyu Xuan didn't want to respond. The giant eyeball filled her vision. Its murky, vitreous body was covered in bloodshot veins, and the decaying muscles struggled to turn the eyeball, sending waves through Lyu Xuan's palm. Lyu Xuan removed her diving gloves, turned her palm upward, and slowly moved toward the eyeball, as though inviting it. Oh boy!
The birth of Adam?
The giant eyeball quivered slightly. Its muscles in the surrounding skeleton kept it restrained, then withdrew its optic nerve tentacles from the sand and gravel on the seabed and stretched them toward Lyu Xuan's palm. Paleon, sensing the danger, slid in front of Lyu Xuan, attempting to ward off the tentacles, but Lyu Xuan tugged on its tail to keep it still. The little creature, who had been so eager to protect her, even in the depths of the ocean, shrunk its body in dissatisfaction. It wants to eat. Lay down on the seabed, still staring at the eyeball, its eyes unblinking. The optic nerve tentacles slithered across Lyu Xuan's palm and entered the black hole. Felt an increasing soreness and swelling in her hands. The tentacles slowly pulled the eyeball out. The eyeball was squeezed and deformed as it was gradually drawn from her palm. Oddly enough, Lyu Xuan didn't feel the usual tearing pain. Instead, there was a strange sense of relief, as if the blockage within her was finally being cleared. After a brief pause, the glowing ray mustered its remaining strength, and, a final forceful pull, the tentacles wrenched the other eyeball from her palm. The eyeball that had hosted Lyu Xuan seemed weak, barely drawing any energy from her. It was gently ensnared with the tentacles of the giant eyeball on the skeleton. The two eyeballs nestled together. Although their reunion didn't appear warm in any conventional sense, Lyu Xuan felt a fleeting warmth. This sensation was swiftly interrupted by the violent buzzing of her dive computer. I'm suffocating.
It sure would be a shame if we ran out of air and needed her to give us mouth to mouth.
Right?
怎么了？你解决了吗？
Lyu Xuan gritted her teeth and swam upwards with all her might, lowering her head to ensure that Paleon was rising with her. As she did, she saw the two eyeballs on the skeleton collide, and begin slowly crawling toward opposite sides of the skull. As the altitude increased, the movements of the eyeballs became unclear. Lyu Xuan looked up and saw the faint light of the sea surface just within reach. She raised her left hand, breaking through the water to gasp for fresh air.
雨璇，这里。
The boat was floating nearby. Lyu Xuan quickly slammed toward it. Lu Wenshu stepped on the pedal, turning round, and extended her arm, helping Lyu Xuan onto the boat.
你先坐着。
Whew. Lu Wenshu stumbled toward the driver's seat, holding out a dryer. Paleon leapt out of the water, landing gracefully beside Lyu Xuan. It spun around like a top, shaking off water from its fur. Yes! As the droplets fell into Lyu Xuan's face, raindrops from the sky joined them, but the rain was still light.
来，烤一下手。
准备周到啊。
Get your hands warm in my hands.
眼球呢？
Lyu Xuan showed her palm to Lu Wenshu. There was no longer any sign of movement from the eyeball in the black hole.
好，接下来
Good to have the normal number of eyeballs in us now.
Yes.
这对你来说也不关键了。
Lyu Xuan placed her arm next to the dryer, which was emitting hot air. Gradually, her color returned.
话说回来，小白潜水和游泳的状态看上去如鱼得水，但毛发的密度和质感并不像是海獭或者鸭嘴兽，所以它应该不是经常生活在水中的动物才对。
那你多动脑想想吧，你之后的工作就是研究它了。
Girl, I am putting you to work.
放心吧。
Paleon kept using its hind legs to adjust the fur beneath its neck, shaking off the remaining seawater. Lu Wenshu watched it with a smile on her face.
无论他对我隐瞒了什么，至少对小白的兴趣是货真价实的。
That is true. Turmoil caused by the eyeball was finally over. Now it was time to investigate more about Paleon and the black hole in her palm. Next clue was clearly tied to Lu Wenshu.
他得知我被眼球寄生后，原本怀疑我的身体如何承受眼球的侵蚀，但一看到黑洞，态度就变了。以他的性格，连问都不问一句，不太正常。
How much does she know about us that we do not know about?
我看着都难受。
Lu Wenshu stood up and walked toward the driver's seat. That moment, the hole suddenly tilted sharply. She lost her balance and nearly fell into the sea. Oh dear! Lyu Xuan leaned back against her chair, gripping the armrest tightly. Paleon reacted instantly, crouching low to the deck with its limbs splayed for stability.
这震动，是当时我在海底碰到的水流吗？
Oh, I hope not.
难道是？
没错，没错，吕璇。
She's more excited.
It's coming!
Oh boy! The turbulence intensified. The sea swelled like a small hill, followed by a deafening low roar. Massive fish, its body covered in scales and bulbous tubers, erupted from the water. The sea churned violently, nearly overturning the speedboat. Oh! Golden Ray's Olympus Company whale confirmed.
它会发光。
Oh
有
god.
时候也会，所以
Before she could finish, Lyu Xuan reached out and pushed Lu Wenshu down onto the deck.
别光顾着激动了，抓好扶手。
你听这声音，我的皮肤都被震得发抖。
Is this also the whale Cinnabar saw?
Oh!
The boat heaved with its waves. Paleon, quick to adapt, wrapped its tail around the handrail, clinging like a monkey to a tree. The glowing rays... Why'd I keep saying golden ray? Glowing rays. Immense body was too large to fully leap out of the water, but it flapped its fins.
Golden ray is a critter in web fishing.
Oh, fair.
We should play web fishing again someday.
Oh, true, yeah. Golden ray does not have parasitic eyes.
As far as we know.
As far as we know, true. We haven't tried eating it yet. Glowing ray's immense body was too large to fully leap out of the water. It flapped its fins, spiraling upward and swirling the sea into a massive whirlpool. It seemed to be building momentum deliberately. It pounced!
吕轩，抬头，别错过。
You pouncing on? Oh my god!
Oh god!
Belly flop! At Lyu Xuan's urging, Lyu Xuan tilted her head back, squinting against the spray of waves. The creature stretched its massive body fully, its pectoral fins broad enough to block out the sun, emitting a faint, eerie glow. Oh, this is a jam, though. Oh, drifting toward wholeness, become whole and free. It's the achievement that just popped. Perhaps it was showing off, reveling its restored body. Perhaps it wanted to thank those who had helped it. Or perhaps it was unintentional. Deliberately or not, it soared directly over the speedboat, raining seawater and small marine creatures down onto the deck with solid thuds.
这是怎么飞起来的？
Poor creatures.
Oh.
欣赏奇观吧，这可比思考原理要重要的多。
Oh.
真不像你该说的话。
I must go now. My home planet needs me. My home dimension, perhaps. Still, Lyu Xuan couldn't help but wonder. Its size dwarfed that of a sperm whale. Its movement seemed otherworldly, as if it were some kind of Altiverse counterpart. Yet her emotions were soon carried away by the radiance of the glowing ray, the elegance of its form, and she abandoned all unnecessary thought. We have to show this to Ed, then. He will agree. It is a Project Moon whale.
Yeah.
Lyu Xuan allowed herself to be immersed solely in the sight before her, a spectacle that could only exist within an anomalous world. For its aerial display, the glowing ray unleashed its full vitality, climbed higher and higher, effortlessly through the rain. Then it dived into the thick, dark clouds above. Holy shit. The moment there was silence, it burst out of the clouds. Oh.
可能在他的世界，他就是生活在空中和海里的。
Oh, that's wild.
That's real neato.
Yeah. Sky whales. I feel like that's a thing in a different game series. Sky whales.
Yeah.
I'm blanking on what though. It feels familiar. Lyu Xuan, unsteady but determined, supported herself as she looked skyward. The glowing ray sailed through the sea of clouds, its brilliance unyielding. The moment was as if the sky was the sea was the sky. Glowing ray swam toward the gaps in the dark clouds where rays of light pierced through. Oh, its already luminous body becoming even more radiant.
原来飞起来是这副模样，真好啊！不过正巧今天又是大雾，又是下雨的，不然全路程人都要看到了。
Attention passengers, there's a giant whale, alright. Try to remain calm. Sky whales are common. Ever since man saw whales, they were like, what if them bitches could fly? That'd be sick. Understandable.
我觉得已经被看见了。
I
网上很
agree.
快就有人发视频或者监控录像之类的了。
Mission status sick.
How will they explain this with gas
虽然短
leaks?
视频平台上经常有发现了神秘生物或者现象的视频，但他们都明知那是伪造的，才敢发布。
UFOs.
多数人打心眼里就不相信这种东西存在。如果真的见到显然是怪物的东西，反而不敢传播了吧？
是吗？或许吧。
跟我们也没什么关系就是了。回岸上吧。得在鹿城大学发现我们项目已经黄了之前，把那些设备用个爽啊！
The dazzling spectacle didn't last long. After diving into the clouds one final time, the enormous glowing ray didn't reappear. The two watched the sky, waiting. Only when the waves calmed did they feel certain it had gone. The matter was finally over. Paleon, soaked but unbothered, shook off the water and trotted over to Lyu Xuan, placed its head on her thigh, clearly seeking praise. Lyu Xuan smiled faintly and closed her eyes and stroked Paleon's cheek. The little creature let out a satisfied sound, its mouth opening and tongue relaxing in pure bliss.
以后要摸它之前，都闭上眼吧。
Yeah. Because its mouth is opening. Oh.
Much to speak about. Is that a dog?
That's appeared to be a dog. What is this? More anomalous stuff. Let's talk to the dog and then we'll head off. That's a really good point to end. Oh, it's home. Lyu Xuan had let out a quiet sigh, thinking she should start checking the view outside the floor-to-ceiling window before heading out. Just avoid running into that old lady walking her dog again. You've
heard those stray dogs making a racket again, haven't you? I just have to bring them this pot of good food.
What did the stray dog go to turn into? As the old lady spoke, she gave the insulated pot in her bag a little shake. Lyu Xuan instinctively tilted her head back slightly. Yeah. Well, I should go now. Something felt off. Glanced down and saw the old lady holding the leash of a poodle, lying flat on the ground as still as a statue. Wasn't it a noisy black dog before?
Oh, noticed? A few days ago, I decided to change dogs. What?
Oh, that's just a natural. Okay.
I went to ask the Bodhisattva what to do. Her name was Kiara Seshoin. I prayed. Asked me, what should I do with the black dog at home? Can I give it away? Can I throw it away? Can I kill it?
And the Bodhisattva said, "Old woman, what the fuck?" Lyu Xuan blinked. You could tell that the old lady wasn't joking.
I kept casting moon blocks, but the Bodhisattva kept saying no. So finally I asked, then apart from giving it away, throwing it away, or killing it, anything else is fine, right? And the Bodhisattva said yes.
Oh, concerning. The Bodhisattva said 12. I then realized I was rolling dice. I see, I have something to do, so I'll be going.
Understandable reaction. Go ahead, young people are always busy.
Lyu Xuan gave a polite nod and brushed past her, but the image of that insulated pot in the old lady's hands lingered uneasily in her mind. I hate the side quest. That's horrible. Oh my god.
I am regretful.
Yeah. On that note, gosh diddly dang. Yeah.
Let's not talk to the neighbors.
Yeah, let's stay away from the neighbors. Can we see? Oh no, we have eyeball creature, but oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We could end up on glowing ray. I like glowing ray. All that eyeball mess ended off so shockingly wholesomely. And we had a really fun date with Wenshu. What do you mean it's not a date?
She's not listed as a pursuable heroine, but maybe that just means that if we don't pursue anyone, she'll be the heroine?
Oh, maybe.
Popping the copium?
Maybe. It could also be that she's just plot relevant across all arcs. Hopefully it doesn't mean she dies. That'd be sad. I like her. I don't trust her, but I care her much. We love a good science girl.
We are simply praying.
We are simply praying. We are also simply rating. Anyone still online on your end?
If people don't mind Silksong spoilers, Buddy's playing some Hollow Knight.
I do not mind. Anyone else mind Silksong?
Go up Silk and they song.
Yes. When the silk is song and you song the silk. What's the channel name?
Roused Hour 3000.
Oh, Rouse. Alright. Yeah, I'm typing up on some stuff. All right. Roused, where 3,000. Let me make sure I'm spelling that correctly. Rouse. All right. We were vibing to this. All right. While I'm setting up the raid, what do we got going on rest of the week? There we go.
Tomorrow I will hopefully be playing Nausea.
Oh.
I'm very,
Nausea,
very
good.
hopeful.
Very, very hopeful, I believe.
Don, how about you?
Good question.
You doing your best?
Doing my best, yes. I generally don't know. One of these days I will be back. It is... Oh. I still need to dig back up the Legal Eagle. Still need to finish the Legal Eagle. I said I was going to do it last week. That did not happen.
We'll
shall
keep on
see.
saying it every week.
We will manifest it. I will keep bonking into my Alterous counterpart and exploding.
Good.
And we shall see.
Thanks for coming, everybody.
Saturday, maybe.
Oh.
Better bet than Friday. But thanks for coming, yeah. Hope you enjoyed some, I can't believe how good that ended. That side quest ended. I'm glad we decided to save. Glowing Ray.
Sometimes good things happen when it rains.
Yeah! For the first time, something good happened. And then we had to meet the old lady. So we'll see you next time, then. Go see Freya tomorrow. And gambling later on, maybe. We'll see. Until then.
Go look at Don's YouTube.
Ah!